This version has no music.
Well, do we need the timer?
Yeah, we always do.
Okay.
Hi
let's
guys,
skip
this is the timer.
Time, we're all just sitting here, creating the illusion.
If you're on the chat, this is a special
Wait.
pre-show.
Why isn't there music on the thing? Is it muted?
Well, it's funny you should say that. I have two versions.
Why do you have two versions?
Why would you have a version without music?
I mean, yeah, I guess this is just... Look, this has not been the best... This is not my greatest moment.
I'm not saying it's your fault. It could have been anyone's fault.
Oh, it's my
What song
fault.
should we
Okay.
sing? You put on music? We should sing a song.
Well, we can't use any song with copyrighted
Oh,
material.
We know you can hear us.
So I think the only...
we know you
It'll
can
have to be
hear
one of
us.
your original pieces.
Bar in the
you've
yard.
recorded on
Thank
your
you.
phone.
Just go Twitch Music Library.
Should we play the Happy Birthday song? Is that out of copyright?
It is
That
out
is-
of
that is
copyright.
now up and
Also,
running.
Beethoven's Ninth.
How's that one go?
Ba, 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 ba. No, that's Flight of the Valkyries.
Somebody's asked for Dave's
Ba-ba-ba-bum.
Apple song.
What's Dave?
Oh,
gonna
Dave's
buy us an apple. Dave's gonna buy us an apple. Dave's gonna buy us an apple 'cause he's 9 feet tall. Dave's gonna buy us an apple.
Someone has asked to play the
Dave's
music
gonna
for
buy
Anyone
us an
Home,
apple.
which, to be clear, is also
Gonna buy us an apple.
copyrighted.
What is the lyrics at the beginning of that song?
Uh,
Back because and now it's bent and hing.
Indeed. People are saying hello to the Dragon friends. I will answer one question during the countdown.
Because you can't tell. Hey, Ben's online. Wait a second.
Ben, how are you online? If you're online, you are not buying a house right now. And if you're not buying a house right now,
You should be here. That
Robo crazy.
I will answer one question in the chat. I've waited for the finale to review just for the... Oh.
yeah, this is the finale. Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, things are happening.
Yeah, the Twitch chat has died.
White screen of death.
I
Okay,
wonder
guys.
about that computer that's running the Twitch chat. I'm glad we're having all these problems now before it starts.
This is great.
You guys enjoying this
Is that computer
podcast?
still running or?
It doesn't have power in, so that might be a problem.
I see. So what it has
Do we
done is
have-
it has
do we
gone...
Are we
to
live
sleep?
though?
All right.
Rolling the dice there.
Should I?
Oh, I see what I did there.
Well,
my
it's
phone.
still Chromecasting. Anyone else? How was everybody's day today? What did you do last night, Hing?
I went to a Hearthstone thing, which was very fun, but I also did 2 stand-up comedy shows. Look, I'm living my full life. I went to a net cafe at 1 a.m. I got home at 3. I'm a little bit dusty today.
All right.
Oh, wow. Wait, you were drinking in an internet cafe till 3 in the morning?
No, I was playing video games.
No, you can't drink in the internet cafe. You have to go out onto the street to have a quick drink and then
Have
go
a
back
quick
into playing
drink?
video games.
They do sell a lot of flavored teas in the net cafe.
Oh, tell me more of
What
these.
do the
wondrous
elite
teas.
athletes drink? Like who play Hearthstone in a competition?
Well,
Do
I
they
mean,
have Powerade?
the marketing is that they should drink energy drinks, but I think most people just drink water, and some people drink coffee on stage.
What if you need to
or
piss?
La Croix? Croix?
Yeah, they mostly drink liqueur.
Yeah, well, what do you mean if you need to piss?
Are you allowed to stop the game and go piss?
That happens occasionally in competitive video games, but
You
often
get 3 pauses, don't you usually?
it depends. Yeah, these games usually the adrenaline's running so high, you don't have to urinate. Oh look,
Does
a minute
your
left.
adrenaline cancel your need to urinate?
I think you just forget about it, don't
Doesn't
you?
your adrenaline make you urinate so that your body becomes lighter so you can escape from
Really?
Even
disease?
flight.
Yeah,
Oh.
evacuate. You evacuate your
Well,
your butt and pee hole.
I've actually I guess I've only wet myself when I'm really comfortable, not when I'm scared. So I don't know.
Whoa.
Is it because
Chef.
you've never been
I
scared?
feel when I feel safe. That's
When
when
I feel safe,
That's
that's
when I'm
when I
most
do
likely
it.
to wet myself.
It's
Widen the
okay.
window.
Guys, we have 44 seconds before we go live.
Oh, good. I like to think, the thing I'm very happy about is that we have been doing this now for about 24 episodes, and I think this shows that we are nailing this format.
Really
I think
honest.
Absolutely.
No
Critical
other-
Role, eat your heart out. This is high quality production. 27 seconds, everybody. Get hype.
No
Oh,
other
I'm feeling hype, Dave.
Hype,
I
hype,
am
hype.
feeling hype.
no other D&D stream does a talk about urine over their countdown time. It mustn't
Someone
have
put
music.
their hand in front of the camera, and then a fun game for the audience. They can
Okay,
guess whose
10,
hand it is.
9, 8, 7,
Someone's hand,
6,
quick.
5, 4,
Whose
3,
hand
two,
is
one.
it?
You paused it. You paused
Oh,
the
did
countdown. Live from Alex's bedroom. It is Dragon Friends.
Hello.
Welcome to this wonderful, wonderful place. So, yes, thank you very much for having us, Alex.
No worries, guys. Just don't touch anything and don't read my diary.
All right. So we are here for the last episode ever of Tomb of Annihilation, presumably. And has everybody learned some lessons? Oh, hello.
I have learnt no lessons.
This is not Ben Jenkins. We are also...
What? Wait.
This,
What?
Whoa.
We are
What?
joined by Don Draper's junior kid. Is that a thing?
What?
Don Draper's
talking
most
about?
Do you
junior
mean his
kid?
son?
Yeah, that's what the word
He
is.
only marries
Junior
his
kid.
secretaries.
Yeah, Don Draper's junior kid, Matt Roden.
Yay.
Hi,
That's
Matt.
generous or
Baby,
strange?
Baby Jean or,
Baby Jane,
or the
please.
older one?
Baby Jane.
Ear jockeys
Okay.
may recognize Matt Roden from the Christmas specials.
Yes.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
played Friezo's dad and
Uh-huh.
also
Mr.
Dr.
Mr.
Tom
Megorium.
Thorium.
There we
Tom
go.
Thorium.
And is it-
Tom Thorium.
That was a good voice.
Doesn't
Thank you.
didn't
I hope
Matt
it keeps
feature
up
heavily
amazing.
in
It's
the-
the only voice that I do.
Did we release our home improvement thing yet?
No. That's the lost episode, unfortunately.
It's one of 5 lost episodes.
It's one of- every time we tour the show, we can't record the show. That's the curse of Dragon Friends. So if
Yeah.
you want us to come to your town and do a show that nobody else gets to see,
Bring your phone. and do it
regardless
for
of
us.
what we would hope, just hit us up. Anything else to report? So you played some Hearthstone last night.
Yep.
Simon's still got a kid.
Yeah, I went outside and told some youths to turn some music down.
Yep.
Nice.
The
Really?
Peak Dad.
What were you wearing at the time?
Nothing.
Nice.
Dong out.
Yeah, great.
Whoa.
That's the way to do it. Alex is in a play if you're in
Yep.
Sydney,
Yep.
which you should come and see about, and you should tweet at her and at the theatre.
Don't. I do
all the
not like
time.
to cross these brands. Please do.
Yeah.
Legitimate theatre. Also rolling dice to pretend you're an orc.
Aiden, what's new with you?
Oh, I was having a conversation outside a house at 1 a.m. and a man came outside and said, "Hey guys, can we keep it down?" So
Was
Dong
it
out?
Simon
we're
with his dog?
no, it wasn't Simon with his dong out. It was dong free.
And Dave, I feel like we never ask you this, but how are you?
I'm
All right, let's start. Come on, let's go. Woo!
Deep inside the dungeons created by Acererak in the mystical realms of Faerun is a motley crew of adventurers. Bobby Pancakes, the increasingly efficient, congratulations, rogue. Baston, a handsome man with a receding hairline in the recent artwork, which is
Oh,
lovely.
what the hell? What?
Don't you think he's got like a
Baston.
No, he's got a widow's peak.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's receding.
Baston
Yeah.
will never go bald.
He's got a devil's peak.
A
I think
devil's
that
peak.
Yeah.
suggests testosterone levels, though. That's
Yeah,
good, though,
that's
for you,
true.
for
He is
Baston's
virile.
character.
I think it's lovely. I just think
Stop trying to neg Baston.
I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah,
God.
it'll work.
Friezo, the I'm allowed to do this with Friezo, right? Friezo,
Bye, Ben.
the ugly, disgusting, deranged, psychopathic,
Oh.
homeschooled wizard, who's doing pretty well in this adventure, but now is compelled to tell the truth.
Yes.
And Filge, Pride of Daggerford,
Who's locked in a...
who is locked currently in an Iron Maiden with 1 hit point.
Listen
Deep
to
inside
Iron Maiden,
the Tomb Dwarves
baby
workshops,
with me.
Interesting
where-
that you went then to sing
Where Acererak's
Wheatus.
crew.
A Wheatus song about Iron Maiden and not an actual Iron Maiden song.
I don't know any Iron Maiden songs. I thought that was an Iron Maiden song.
Sorry,
They wrote a song.
this is the most disrupted spiel I've had yet. But did you think that Iron Maiden sang a
Yeah.
song that said, "I've got 2 tickets to Iron Maiden"?
Yeah, it was like they
That's
were
not
like,
impressive.
why not work the advertising into our own songs?
It's on brand.
Yeah.
We're on our brand.
And Filge is dying inside an Iron Maiden. Deep inside the workshops where Acererak's Tomb Dwarves do his biddings on the 2nd floor. Now some trickster gods with you, and you have just defeated one of his guardians, but at the cost of Filge now being locked up. We're still in combat, and Bobby, it starts over with you.
What is my enemies doing?
Just to remind you, there were 2 Tomb Dwarves who have just appeared at the doors with crossbows. There is also one of those giant guardians, these sort of stitched into armor monstrosities, the
Yep.
flesh golems, that is bearing down on you. And it's the one that has just spun around, having kicked Filge right into the Iron Maiden and locked it shut, which is immediately, you've seen gears winch and oil is starting to be poured into the Iron Maiden.
I'm gonna say Filch, but we killed the other one.
You killed the other one. There's only one left, and this
No
one
doubt.
is looking pretty far gone.
Okay, I'm going to use my crossbolt and try and fire at him through the slot in his helmet. Just get him right in the eyeballs.
Okay, all
Right
right,
in the
great. So
slot.
hang on. If you're That's all right. Add 5 to his armor class, and so let's call that armor class 19.
Okay. That's
14 plus what's your attack with your short bow? 7.
7.
21.
All right, congratulations. That damages him. He's not expecting that, so you can call that a sneak attack. He's definitely not expecting that, but also more importantly, he rears back in pain and he's momentarily disadvantaged, so he has disadvantage for the rest of the combat round, and that brings us over now straight to you, Friezo.
Friezo will attack. So
You have no spells left, do you?
No, I've used my spells, but I do have some cantrips. So who's the most wounded of them?
The wounded thing is the giant golem that's in armor.
All right. I'm going to attack the giant golem with an Eldritch Blast.
Yep.
I rolled a... That's a 1 is what I rolled there, so I
Okay.
don't think it hit.
No, it definitely doesn't hit.
No.
So it sort of plinks off cages and cages of rats that are lining the side, and it breaks one of them, and a whole bunch of rats scurry out.
No,
But
scurrying.
But other than that, no dice. Baston?
I'm going to keep fighting the golem, and I'm going to attack him with all I've got. Ooh,
What do you got?
16, that'll hit
Mm-hmm.
with my thing, and it'll do 7, and then I'm going to attack with my scimitar and do, 20, officially the best. It's undoubted now.
Are you adding these numbers because you're talking very quickly?
Yeah. It's 87, Dave. 87 damage to doubled 4 plus 8, 11, 18 damage.
18 damage. Okay. Its rear is in pain. It's very close to death now, but it's not dead yet. Filge, 1 hit point. The room is starting to fill. You're in a tiny enclosure.
I'm in a chokey, basically.
You're in a chokey. It's full of old, rusty sort of. You're banging against this kind of rusty metal facade, but you can't get through. And it is starting to fill with scalding oil.
Yuck.
And there's so little space that it's filling up really, really quickly. So it's at about chest height right now.
Can I yell?
You can yell.
This sucks.
Is that your entire action?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go get mad about this because I don't love the sensation.
Yep.
It's not the most relaxing spa I've ever been in. So she's gonna just try and push her way out.
Okay, you can try and break out.
Yeah.
All right. This is a strength check, but it's hard. It's actually DC 25. So
Can I do a rage one?
yeah. So you get +2 to it, and you have advantage. We'll say because you're angry.
Oh, that's a 13, so
No.
15.
All right, no, so that's not going to do it. So yeah, you're banging, you're banging.
Ouch, ouch, ouch.
But it's clear that
Ooh,
Phil-
stingy.
You can't do this by yourself. You are going to need help on the outside, and that means that now it is the Tomb Guardian's turn, and it spins around at you because you're right in front of it, Baston, and it attacks you with a slam attack.
I dodge it.
You said that very quickly, but no.
Dodge.
If you say dodge quick enough,
Yeah,
dodge.
dodge it.
Plus 7, roll to 17, so it hits you for 13 bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
The other two Tomb Guardian dwarves, one of them yells and says, "Tell Withers," and the other one runs out.
Withers.
As he says this, he knocks a new crossbow bolt and fires at you, Bobby, but he misses. And
Right.
more rats go out, let's say. Every time anyone hits, there's just rats
More
everywhere.
rats.
We're crazy for rats today on Dragon Friends.
Is there a way for there not to be rats?
Sponsored by rats.
Are you in the market for something furry that also makes you real scared and sad?
And
Because
carries plagues.
Yeah.
Wait, do you think rats make you sad?
I think rats are very sad looking.
Did you just say wats?
Did you say
Wats.
What?
Wats don't make me sad. Wats are adorable.
Wats are wacky.
Have you tried rat? Oh, no, I can't even say it. Rats? Why is it so hard to say?
It's absolutely not hard to say.
Rats.
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 Can you say rap music?
Rap. Oh, rat me.
Have you broken your brain?
I don't know what happened, guys.
Sorry, guys. I just need a second to.
Oh, I'm
Right.
sorry.
We go back to your turn,
excuse
Bobby.
me.
Now, I should say that at this point, it is steam is starting to come out of the Iron Maiden. It's rocking back and forwards, and the huge reservoirs of oil above it are almost drained. So you get the sense that it's almost now full of scalding oil.
How does the oil go into it?
It's pouring through these kind of coiled, greasy, sort of semi-translucent tubes, 3 of them, winding in, but it's almost full now.
Okay, well,
And the thing is closed with sort of heavy clasps and a lock.
I like clamber up it and like knock the pipe, putting oil into it
Okay,
out of
you're
the
going to
way.
have to get past the Tomb Guardian.
I can do that because I'm little. I've got to pass through the body of somebody.
You can. All right.
He can.
Double my size.
Bless you.
So
Excuse me.
I'll do a dash to the thing, clamber
Your
up.
bedroom is very dusty, Alex.
Well, I'm sorry. My mum tells me I have to clean it, but I don't want to, so I don't.
All right, so you clamber up, and you're going to make an attack at the swing wildly at the tubes.
Yes.
Okay, they're really surprisingly springy and hard to get a purchase on.
Okay. Well, let's
rubbery.
say I'm going to use my sword. Swing a sword at that.
So you hack at it with your sword.
Yeah.
Make it just a basic attack for me.
That's an 11 plus 7.
11 plus 7 will do it. So you hack one of them, and the oil starts splattering everywhere, and it's scalding hot. So you're now quite concerned for Filge.
I was like, Filge, can you still breathe? Or talk?
Yeah, owie, bowie.
I just feel like you're not taking this death trap seriously. All right, Friezo.
What? It hurts.
All right, I'm going to. The golem's still alive, right?
Yes.
I'm going to attack him again. Ha-cha-cha-cha. That's a 6. No, nothing. Does not hit. Does not hit!
Congratulations. Rats go everywhere, landing on yet more rats.
Not more rats.
Baston.
So I'm fighting the dude, and
Yeah.
he's hitting me. But can I, if I open the chokey, then
He'll get a free hit on you, but you can run past him because you don't have the nimbleness of Bobby.
All right. Well, but Bobby's over sorting the thing out, right?
If you think Bobby's got this situation under control.
Okay, I'm gonna go help. Bobby open the chokey.
Oh, thanks. Oh, you're finally getting around to it, are
Right.
you? You managed to fit it into your schedule.
The flesh golem attacks you.
He didn't seem that upset by it.
18 beats your armor class, I assume?
Yes.
It's all right. Great.
Dave, there's a lot of numbers over here. I don't know which one my hit points are.
It's all right. It does 11 points more damage to you. So you.
So 23.
So you've taken 24 points of damage. So far.
Yeah. It's okay.
Do you know how much hit points you have?
Do I have a pen?
Also, how many? There's one here.
Yeah, I'm like down to 10.
All right, so you're down to 10 hit
Oh.
points. So but you
Aren't
managed.
you the tank of our group?
Evidently, I've got the worst armor class, though. I suck.
You're not wearing any armor.
I haven't min-maxed this very well at all.
None of you wear armor. You're all
Really,
wearing
you've min-minned
Chilton
this.
cross tops, rags. I think for a while you were wearing yellow jumpsuits. This is not on me.
Oh,
You guys
okay.
have found so much armor. Again, I cannot tell you enough. The flesh golem, the dwarves are all wearing armor. If you kill them, you can take the armor.
Yeah, but
you
I'm
never
a
do.
I'm a monk, Dave. I'm a spiritual man.
He is.
And I
He is a
don't
very
believe
Plus, he
it,
doesn't
man.
want to cover up his sweet arm.
My sweet arms.
Okay, so you get a chance now with advantage. Again, you have to beat this DC 25 strength check. But Filge is helping on the inside, so you get.
But
2
I've
dice.
got efficiency. Okay, I've got proficiency in strength checks,
in
right?
athletics.
So I get
No,
plus
your
6.
strength saving throws. But you also have it in athletics, so you're okay.
I have
Plus 6.
athletics. Plus 6. Okay, here we go. 17
Plus
plus
6.
6, 23.
You can't make it open, and now it fills all the way up.
No.
No, it can't be filled because I've knocked the pipe out of the way.
Sorry, it fills up to. You've knocked out 1/3 of it when it was already up to her chest, so it's gone past your nose.
But how is it still filling if I've knocked the pipe of
You've
oil
knocked one
out
of the
the
3 pipes.
You gotta
That's-
keep
they
knocking
they all
pipes.
needed to be attacked. So, Filge, you take start to take suffocation damage, and this turn you take just 4 suffocation damage.
But she only had 1, Dave.
Yeah, but I've got relentless endurance.
No, you've used your relentless endurance.
Is this
today.
still the same day? But that was like we filmed that weeks ago.
So
I've had so many sleeps since then.
again, you start to die. So it'll take 3 turns to totally kill you.
Alright.
Make a death saving throw for me.
Just a regular D20 dice.
Actually, no, because you're still covered in oil. You automatically fail your first one. So as long as you're in oil, you automatically fail them. So in 3 turns, Filge dies, and
Oh, shit.
yep. And I told you you're not taking the death trap seriously
well,
enough.
no, I can't even say anything because I've got my mouth full of
And
oil.
Wait, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking, rats, come to me.
The flesh golem swings and attacks. This time, however, it only rolls a 13. I assume that's your armor class is better than 13. You are level 6.
Yeah. No
Thank
doubt.
God.
No doubt.
So it misses you, and the other one fires its crossbow at you, Bobby, but that hits, and you take an additional 7 points of damage.
Can I do an uncanny dodge?
How does that work again?
It says use your reaction to halve the damage of an attack you could see.
Yeah, you haven't used that. Yeah. That's a great ability.
Yes.
That's how long have you had that ability?
Ages.
All right, go ahead. Use your reaction. So,
I also have uncanny dodge.
No,
I got a hot 1, but I get to roll again because I'm a lucky halfling.
I don't think you need to roll. You said just to halve.
I just get it. Okay.
You halve the damage of it. So
Okay, great. So
are you sure that is not a no? Yeah, you guys know what's up. So in the Twitch chat, so tell us if we're getting this wrong. But until I say wrong, you see the crossbow coming and you roll and manage to sort of have it just graze off your elbow, and you take 3 points of damage.
okay.
And now you're up.
What you gonna do?
So
The other's gone, by the way. It's been now 2 turns since he said go and get withers, just so you know.
Okay. So is there a latch on the door of the chokey?
Yes, there is.
Okay,
Big
and
rusty latch.
And is it something that as a halfling I could manage to?
You just remember you broke your thieves' tools, so
But it's locked.
yeah, the moment it closed, it slammed shut and locked.
Okay.
But you are in a workshop.
Wait, I don't have my thieves' tools.
No, they could turn to dust.
That sounds like something you're making up right now.
No,
We're making it all up right now.
Hey.
that's the conceit.
I'm gonna try and jimmy it open with my sword, a short sword.
Okay, that's very much improvised. So
Yes.
you're gonna have to do it with disadvantage, but the lock isn't as hard as trying to break it open. It's just DC 15.
That's 10 plus 10. 10 is the disadvantage, but I use my.
What's lockpicking?
Is it sleight of hand or is it?
For this, no, you just use your thieves' tool bonus. Oh no, you don't have thieves' tool. So
Trembit
just
says Bobby can once per round he can auto halve any damage.
yeah, so you
Yeah.
get it. No, it's just straight dexterity.
Oh, dexterity. So it's
That's
4.
So 14.
14.
14. No, so you just miss, unfortunately.
Golly.
Next up is Friezo
All right, I'm gonna kill this flesh golem.
with your Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, Eldritch Blast. Eldritch Blast.
Nobody's going with
That's
you,
a
mate.
4.
All right, so-
Ah!
Why don't you help your
Zap,
old friend
zap.
Filjo out?
Everybody else is trying to help Filge.
But what's the point of saving Filge if this flesh golem's just gonna kill us all anyway?
Okay,
Sorry, Filge.
He's kind of right. He's kind of right.
Eden.
Is there any you know how the flesh golems had like that big axe? Could I use that as like a
You can try to disarm it.
as a jimmy pole?
Oh,
No,
the
to
dead
open
one?
the thing.
Yeah, you can grab it. You can grab it and try and use it.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try and jimmy open
Dave.
the sarcophagus.
Sorry, just very quickly. In the chat, everyone's saying that I get 2 blasts with my Eldritch Blast, but
Yeah,
I
you
think
do it.
it's only 2 when you hit, right? I have to hit and then I get double damage.
No. It's 2 attack rolls.
Ah,
Oh
all
my
right.
God.
Well, there we go.
Roll
You-
again. Roll
Oh, never
again.
mind. No,
roll
I-
again.
I
in
didn't
the
know.
in the second season of our podcast, you were so smarmy about reading the player's handbook. You haven't read shit.
Well, I thought that it just meant when you actually hit, you get 2 blasts of damage. I didn't
No,
realize
no,
you
no.
get 2 attacks.
Two attack rolls.
You're like
One
Alright.
bonus
these
turn.
No,
people
no,
all
High
over
chance,
the world
Branch.
screaming at their computer. 2 attack rolls.
Pawn Dream is like, look for tools. Everybody in the chat is quite concerned about Filge. So you get
Thanks, guys.
I'm opening the thing. I'm doing it.
DC
Oh,
25.
Dave,
Only your thoughts
can I
could
drink one
save
of my
me.
potions as a bonus action?
Yeah, the healing potions.
Yeah, I got
Oh,
one.
I've got something.
I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna jimmy the thing open.
Okay,
Jimmy!
I'm coming for you, Jimmy.
Oh, 8. No,
No,
good.
that's not going to do it.
That's
Um,
right next to 20 though on the dice.
Do you get 2
Yeah,
attack rolls?
True.
However, you take you heal yourself for 14 hit points worth of damage.
14. What a shitty potion.
You have 3 of them.
I wanted a full healed anyway.
Oh no,
Thank-
they were potions of supreme healing, weren't they?
Yeah.
Oh no, you go to full max. Sorry, I
Yes.
forgot. I gave you supreme
I
healing.
win.
And now, Filge, unfortunately, you're unconscious. You need to make another death roll for me, which you automatically fail. I'm sorry.
Well, why'd you get me to do it?
And so you're now really in trouble. If we get to Filge in initiative order again, Filge will die inside the machine.
Okay.
Now,
What do I become then? Like, do I get to be
How
an
do you-
Iron Maiden?
how do you think they make these things? The next
Yes.
you get covered in oil, and
Go
then
on.
they clamp armor onto you, and then they send you to walk around the level.
Dave, question.
Yes.
Is this structure
like a
freestanding
zombie.
or is it attached to the floor?
It's actually attached to the back wall and the floor.
How? Oh, okay.
It's
How?
like it's a built into it's a bench basically.
It's a bench.
Well,
It's
Is it-
braced like how you mentioned those IKEA bookshelves, the ones which.
Oh, there's a little.
yeah,
There's a
got
tiny
an L
one
clamp.
little piece of metal right at the top.
with 4 screws.
for safety.
But it's upright. So if it was upright, she's not like lying down.
No, it's upright. Yeah.
Okay.
But the next one up is the Tomb Guardian, which rolls a 2, slamming at you. Oh, but then it uses its second slam attack and rolls a 3.
Yeah.
So you're fine
Smacks
for now.
itself in the face.
It is really dead. So it's in pain and it's no longer disadvantaged, but it's now it sort of pulls the arrow out of its eye slit, but it's still failing to do anything for now. And the oil is falling all over the room now, quite heavily from that tube, splashing onto the golem, splashing onto Baston. Everything is now coated in a shiny sheen of oil. The next up is the Tomb Guardian's dwarven friend, who with his crossbow fires at you and again hits you, Bobby.
Fuck me.
And this time does 7 points of damage again, which you can halve, I guess.
Again, or is it 1 per round? Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, once per round. So yeah, you get 3.
But if he gets attacked again,
Yes. The Howell family points out that as Baston is covered in a thick sheen of greasy oil, he looks, if anything, more impressive.
wink. Hal also had a good idea. What if we all try and open the chokey at the same time?
What would that be like?
What if we cooperate?
At the very least, push it over so that the oil drains out, so she's not suffocating.
No, but it's attached to the wall by a tiny bracket.
Well, can't we break that bracket?
All right, next one up is you, Bobby.
Guys, let's work together to open.
Good idea. Okay.
So you're delaying your action
Delaying my action to
until Baston's. Frieza, what are you doing?
All right, I'm going to attack this fucking dude. All right, I got this.
Is he
2
dead?
attacks. Is he dead?
No, he's not dead
He's
yet.
not dead. I'm going to take him out. All right, that's a 10 plus 7 is 17, and 3 plus 7 is 10. So do
They
those
both hit. Oh, no, one of them hit. Sorry,
One of them
17.
hits. Okay, cool. So I'm going to do
Zap.
damage with a D10. Huh. That's
So you just need
6
more than
damage.
6 damage. Oh, okay. No, it doesn't die. It's still up.
Damn it!
It's
Come on!
insane. I
Like
assume-
chat's coming up with heaps of good ideas here, guys, but don't worry about me.
All right, and now the next up is Baston.
Okay, so I'm gonna jimmy open the thing with the help of Bobby.
You got this, Baston.
Okay, you have
got
advantage
this.
again. You have +2 to your athletics check for the weapon that you're using again.
Oh, I'm
So I get plus 8.
+8 with advantage. You need to beat 25.
15 plus 8 is 23. 14 plus 8.
22.
20 is less than that.
Ah!
Do I add a roll for that or anything?
Oh, were you helping as well? You were.
yeah.
Yeah.
I delayed my action to help Baston.
Okay, you know what?
Do you want me to re-roll it? Do you want me to re-roll it, Dave?
No, I will. Okay, I will. It's highly irregular, but because 3 of you are helping, I guess that is a third roll you get. So you can roll
One more dice, one final
you
dice.
need to roll a 16 or higher.
That's plus 8, right?
Sorry?
17 or higher.
17 or higher, yeah.
Oh, that's even harder. Is there a better dice than this? Give me that dice. I don't like this one. that dice has only failed me.
It's got my stink all over it.
Okay, hachi
Machi.
machi. Oh! So it's a 8.
Oh,
It's not
and
enough.
On the 3rd floor in the halls of despair, in the workshops of Withers, brilliant engineer and enthralled slave of a Sararak, planeswalker and lich without death, Filge, I'm afraid to say that your lungs fill with oil, and now, more so than ever, it is imperative that this game, if it be called that, be won. For Filge, give me your character sheet.
No.
The jungles of Chult and the Tomb of Annihilation have claimed you.
No! You can't glue that back together, Dave. That's
And
broken
Filge
now.
is dead.
No! Don't blame me.
Fuck
Can't
off.
read.
All right.
Sorry, Filge.
See you guys. Good luck.
It's
Bye.
quite
Bye.
awkward, though.
Wait, where are you go?
Just because
Wait.
this is Alex's
Filge.
house.
Alex.
Yeah,
you-
yeah.
Yeah, just my mum will let you out.
It was all planned. I just wanted this comfy chair.
Fuck you guys. I'm going to kill you so bad. I'm an Iron Maiden now. Bye.
And that's a good point, because now the
Filge.
Iron Maiden starts to rumble and
Bye,
slam.
Alex.
Oh, bye, Alex.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Don't read my diary.
Okay, we won't read the diary.
I'm reading her
What's the
diary.
diary?
I'm reading her diary so hard.
But now
Check
the
out the
Iron
mattress.
Maiden starts to rumble and slam, and bursts of hot steam come out of it, and it seems like something's happening inside it.
Bye, Alex.
Bye.
We can rebuild her, indeed. Okay, so... Oh, I fucked that up, guys. Sorry about that. We tried.
Yeah, a lot of people
Whose
are kind
turn
of
is it?
blaming me for what happened there.
Well, you definitely didn't help for most of the fight.
I...
Oh, well, you
well,
were
no, it's my
trying.
rolls that... I blame the rolls more than anything.
Yeah, look, it's again a
I
chance.
felt like I could trust I feel like I trust Bobby and Baston to
don't
really
put
deal
this
with it.
on us.
I am very
That's-
much looking forward to going through the chat and seeing all of the great suggestions that people gave for besting that trap. But let's not forget, Grimsby is now dead. Filge is now dead, and suddenly you feel a kind of sickness as a shimmering pixelated form appears in the corner of the room with a mask, skull cap, and dark rotting robes. It is, of course, the form of a Sararak.
Hey guys.
No,
No.
you again. I mean, what's up?
Everything
Dick?
freezes, by the way. He puts up his hand, and a blue nimbus of energy pulses out, and all of the Tomb Guardians and the dwarf freeze.
Ooh,
What have
nice
you done with
numbers.
Filge?
What have I done with her? Well, maybe the question is, what have you guys done with her?
Oh, I didn't.
What have you done for her lately?
I'm just gonna take this opportunity to stab all of the frozen guys.
I will say that. Okay, mate, one of you make
Not my
a
best plan.
Make a charisma check to distract.
17 plus
Yeah,
my charisma.
He's
yeah,
focused
21.
on these two. Make a dexterity check for me.
So you guys are looking good. New haircuts?
Yeah,
Is that what
well,
I'm noticing?
I need a 12.
I gotta. This thing's on an angle. I hate this.
You can roll it again.
15. Yeah,
So,
that's how you
while
do
this
it.
conversation, you're not allowed to join the conversation, but Baston, you're walking around just stabbing the dwarf.
Just in the base of the spine. You know, the base of the neck. Just
severing them.
Just severing their
As the
spinal
conversation
cords.
continues.
So yeah, as I was saying, your haircuts. I love them. I love what you've been doing with them.
Thank you.
And how are you enjoying my
Tomb?
tomb? How are you enjoying this tomb that I put together?
Well, let me tell you, this stuff I've got here means I can't tell lies. So I'll be quite honest with you. It's awful. It is horrible, and I just hate it. I think my friend's dead. I'm scared all the time. Oh man, were you around when I had a metal bolt rip out of my own penis? Were you around for that? That was horrifying.
Yeah, Frieza, you are compelled to tell the truth, so you just keep this. All just keeps coming out.
I don't know, man. When I woke up this morning and I was coming in, I was like, "Hey, man, maybe we'll save the world today." And what? Like 6 hours later, what? I'm wet. I'm scared, and a metal bolt has been ripped from my dongus.
I like that wet was the one that you started with.
You got to build up to dongus.
yeah.
Baston, are you done with your stabbing? I mean, Baston, what are you
What's
up to?
going on over here? Oh, hey.
Sararak spins around just in time to see that Baston has just put a small dagger into the base of the neck of the dwarf.
You over there. This
What?
is okay.
Oh, hey, I didn't see you there.
Well, firstly, I mean, I guess that's on me.
So,
Oh, Phil's just still in the thing. We just assume that she's dead?
Yeah,
Do we
should-
know that she's dead, Dave?
Sorry?
Do we know that she's dead?
Well, you can ask a Sararak.
okay, so I'm hearing, mixed reviews of what's been going on so far. And I'll take that. What I would be saying at this point is, if this isn't to your taste, if you guys aren't giving me any good points on Yelp or something, maybe you want to be moving down to the 6th level of the tomb.
Why is there something real
Just
good
a
there?
suggestion. I don't know. Maybe you want to defeat this thing. Maybe you want to get out alive.
What thing? Oh, the whole tomb, right?
The whole tomb.
All right.
Oh, level
I'll tell you what, I'll make
6.
it interesting for you. Get to the bottom, past my phylactery, find your way into the Chapel of Hate.
Chapel of
Maybe
Hate?
I can bring your friend back.
Is
Is that something that would interest you?
Okay.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah.
Chapel of Hay or Chapel of Hate?
Goodbye!
All right. So is everyone still frozen as he leaves?
No, as he leaves, the blue bursts out again. And at that moment, the tomb dwarf falls to the ground, as does the guardian. Both of them with small punctured wounds at the back of their spines.
All right. Should we open this?
You just
No, and then suddenly there is a thump and a rock, and one of the first of the 3 latches that is controlling the Iron Maiden snaps open.
And?
The other 2 are about to snap open as it seems that whatever process is happening inside this Iron Maiden is winding down.
All right. So we would know what's happened because we've seen.
When you arrived, you
We
saw
saw
the
them come
first
out of
one
them-
come out of the
there.
Iron Maiden.
So
Phil just going to come out as a Zomborg.
yes, but. But do we want to try and get her weapons? Or do we want to kill Filge?
Oh my
no.
god!
We don't want to kill Filge.
She's already dead.
No.
Do you want to kill zombie Filge and take her weapons? Or is she going to be too
The
strong?
dude
The dude
said
said
that
he'd
if we
bring
got
her
to
back
level
if we
6,
get
he'd bring
to
her back.
Haymarket.
Yeah, I know. So we'll kill her, then we'll bring her back from that.
You are.
We're gonna
you
take
are
a weapon.
monster.
Is this bad? Is
Yeah,
this
Yes.
totally, dude.
We're not doing that.
She's already dead. Why you want
The
to double
second
kill her?
latch springs open.
I'm asking if you want the weapons. I can't. I've already got the
No,
snake
I've got
stuff.
Bobby
weapons.
runs
We're
out the
fine.
door.
We're
We're
all
fine.
good. All right, let's book it.
Are
Book
you
it
running
out
out?
of
Let's get out of here.
the
Level
door,
6.
Are you running out the door to the new space or back towards the staircase?
We're going to the staircase.
Oh,
We're going
staircase,
down.
so we're going to go down.
Okay, great.
Staircase.
Maps.
Staircase.
So you guys race out of the room, even as the third latch springs open. And although you have already crossed the threshold, you hear a dead, which makes you feel sick to your stomach, a sort of plaintive wail that is familiar but horrific. And as you do that, you race around the corner and you find yourself back in that huge square staircase descending down into the heart of the tomb.
Can we hear the Filge Golem say anything as they come out?
No, it's just like the other Tomb Guardians. It doesn't speak. There's just a guttural noise.
Like this. Ouchie mouchie.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, let's go down the stairs. Let's use these stairs for walking.
Down, 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 down.
All right, so you guys.
Will Friezo ever stop defiling corpses? Probably not.
Probably not.
That's just the color commentary running.
the chat. Wow. All right.
So
Yeah.
you guys race there, and you are indeed on. As now we've said, you're on the third level of, and there's 3 more levels of balconies below you.
Yeah, man, we're just going down to that level 6.
Level
Just gonna
6?
book it.
Yeah.
That
All
level
right,
6
let's move
life.
forward. Great.
That's level 6 life.
Excellent. So, forgetting the gears of hate, forgetting lots and lots of stuff, we arrive on level 6.
I gotta say, I don't know why you would stop at the other floors in this like Tomb of Destruction.
Yeah, it's the thing about floors is you might find something that you need later on, but that's not the Dragon Friends way.
We've got all we need. Friendship.
Yeah.
It was worked
Minus
so well
1.
for us in the past.
All right, so at last, you race down the stairs, and you're starting to hear now uncomfortable noises. And as you get down, as the tomb starts to wake up, and you realize that you've left, that whoever this Withers is, they will obviously now be pursuing you, and you race as fast as you can until you're at the
They
final.
won't know that we're going to level 6, though. They
No,
might try and stop at the levels on the way.
No one will have expected that. So you make your way down to the lowest level of the dungeon, and as the rock here, has been carved wholesale. So there's no longer any brickwork. This is now deep down below, and you can smell a acrid smell in the air of something sort of acidic. Also the temperature has risen, and it's quite sweaty. If that is a concern. If that's
So Baston is now sweaty and oily.
And oiled.
Ugh, a lot of congealing
Perfect.
liquids.
And so you make your way down, and just as you get towards the end of the last balcony, you make for me a perception check, Bobby, because you were the one running first.
That's a 14.
Great.
What's your
Okay.
perception?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh.
Bobby, that's just enough. So as you get to the last balcony and you are about to descend to the bottom of the stairwell, you notice just ahead of you a smashed crystal box with a skull inside.
Oh, does it look like a
The girl
chalice?
who will never
Oh,
die.
shit. It's that it's that skull from before.
Yeah.
Is that the skull we threw off the top of the thing?
Who would have thought that you would find it here at the bottom of the thing?
So has the spirit escaped?
All you actually, now that you've stopped, you notice all you can hear is the sound of a child crying.
Somebody just asked if Baston was wearing a romper or
It is Jim Jams. It is indeed Jim Jams but back to the broken crystal skull. I'm very sorry. I got
Is the
distracted
skull
by
broken or just the box is broken?
The box is broken and the skull is lying on its side.
Matt, what does the child crying sound like?
Does it have to sound like anything in particular?
Like a child
It's like a
crying.
little
Oh, okay.
child.
This princess.
So you recognize, of course, the rest of you, that this is, of course, that child of the Great Maze and descendant of Muaxanare that you had already met, who Queen Napatak, whose skull was taken by a Sararak and locked in a crystal box as one of the riddles of Moa's tomb, which you have ransacked, let's be fair. Now, she did not know that this had happened to her. She thought that she was still sick and in bed. She couldn't see. She was blinded. And for a century, she's gone mad as her skull has been locked in stasis in this box, which is now shattered. And so she is sitting there, it's lying there in the dark.
Can the skull move on its own accord?
It's kind of rocking back and forth, yeah.
I scoop it up in my arms and just start patting it soothingly.
No, you are at the balcony, as I said.
Oh,
You're
I
still
can't see
about 60 feet away from it.
Okay.
But is the skull's just sort of moving?
That's right.
I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast at the skull.
I was going to suggest we just be very quiet and
You've
tiptoe past it.
You've descended down these stairs. Just so you know,
Yes, Dave?
You cast Eldritch Blast
you-
on the
are you-
skull.
Hing, are you using it like an old woman would use a hose to blow a leaf off the pavement?
Oh,
You know how you're like kind of just sweeping it into the gutter?
no, I'm using
magically?
it like a warlock would do to kill a magic skull.
Oh, okay,
That's
all
what
right,
I'm
fair
doing.
enough.
All right. Well, that's
Different metaphor.
that certainly removed some of the diplomatic opportunities that the skull presented. So, did you? Okay. First of all, what did you roll?
Oh, I think I rolled a 16 and a 2, so I think one of them hit because plus
Okay.
16 plus
The 16
7 is
hits.
plus 7 is 23.
Yeah.
So D10 worth of damage. I do 9 damage, Dave.
9 damage to the skull. The skull explodes into sort of green flame, and it
Oh, do you
bursts
think I
out.
just released something?
Yes, I think you did.
It screams with a child's scream, and it's.
Does that sound like Matt?
I already did it. Oh, wait, what's it? Mochi.
And she goes, demons, demons under the bed, and she dives at you, Friezo.
Okay,
And she
then.
attacks you. I think. Let's be fair. And she she screams, and a ray of green fire attacks you. And I had a little
Whoop.
This. I see why they play these around a table. that is easier. 18. That will hit you.
Alex is going to wake up in bed being like, ow, oh.
Dice all in
full
my
of dice."
back.
Friezo, and you take 10 points of damage.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yes, it is. Bobby, you're up next.
Does the sign say cream shop love?
Yes, it does.
What does that mean?
I don't know. This is like just a girl's bedroom set. If you watch Australian TV and you are a fan of consumer practices, you might see this in a sketch in a few weeks.
Yeah, and you might see
Shop
this on the
love.
checkout one time.
Cream shop love, baby.
Wait,
Cream
what just
shop
happened?
love.
I got
the kid
attacked.
saying that.
You got
Oh,
attacked. So it's now flying around, and it just fired a burst of green flame at Friezo.
Ooh.
Did any of that damage I did to the skull transfer across to this monster?
What monster?
The skull is a
It's the
monster.
same thing.
Oh, okay.
The skull's erupted.
Wait,
in
you talking
flames
about
and is now
yourself?
flying
No,
around.
I'm wondering, but I'm wondering if it's like one of you know how sometimes in a game you'll kill the initial thing, and then the next part of the boss is like is it full health?
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Oh, do you
yeah,
think
yeah,
because
yeah,
it
no
burst into
doubt.
fire, it was like at the halfway point of its
Yeah,
hit
yeah,
points?
yeah.
Like
Is that
in
what
Kingdom
happened?
Rush.
No, it's just gone into its kind of. It's gotten angry, and when it did that,
Right.
it burst into flame and
I
started
see.
flying around.
I see. All right, we got to kill it. We got to kill it. We got no choice.
Oh, nothing easier than to kill a green flame.
Well, I don't know. Well, I don't know. What's your suggestion then?
I don't know. I was going to talk to it.
Well, you can't do that now. That's obviously off the table now. So let's just deal with what we've got.
I'm going to hide.
What if I go?
I guess she has only seen Friezo, so
Can she see, can the flame see?
no.
is it-
Remember, she's blind.
Yes. So
Oh.
I'm going to be very quiet, and I'm just going to walk past this whole affair.
Okay, make a stealth check for me.
Is it like burning flame or
That
magical
is
flame?
You have to
Oh,
beat
shit.
her passive perception
18.
12. Sorry.
18?
18.
Okay, I'm going to say because she hasn't seen you, so you do. For once, somebody abandons Friezo instead of the other way around, and you slip past Friezo flying down, screaming in pain as the skull attacks him.
Is there anything around besides just like hewn rock? Are there any like objects or like
It's-
magical fire hoses?
It's so dark at the moment that it's hard to see, even though it's only 30 feet down.
Okay.
It seems like a room just with some doors and some kind of wrought torches ensconced to the corners of the room, but they're all extinguished at the moment.
Okay.
It's just mood lighting by the skull.
It's a lot of mood lighting.
Dave, I want to get out my blanket
Yep.
that I have for sleeping, a woolen blanket. Now, as we all know, wool is very fire retardant, right?
Mm.
So what I want to do is I want to throw it over the skull
All right.
so that I can have it in like a little sack and then just slam the sack against the wall until it breaks into a 1,000 pieces.
Okay.
I really thought in the little clips that Dave sent me to catch me up with this that it was a joke that you were the fire warden in the group.
Am I the fire warden? Well, I didn't know. Am I the fire warden?
I mean, you get a hat probably.
Oh, I do have a lot of hats. I have a fondness for hats.
You pointed out that there was a fire in a tent and that was a fire hazard.
Look, I've camped as a child, and it seems to have stuck.
Okay, so you also sneak up on the flame skull, and now you're going to try and grapple it. Bear in
Yeah.
mind, I will say that you are coated in oil.
There is a chance it's magic fire that doesn't catch.
Yeah, magic fire.
There is
Magic
a
fire.
chance there is magic fire that is magically enchanted to be less dangerous than fire.
Yeah, it's probably
know
like
what,
a
let's make
safe, a
this-
safety fire.
It's safety fire. That's why.
like a
it's
training
magic.
fire that you would use in like a
Now-
It
simulation.
might just be a hologram of fire.
Wait, so
yeah, like Tupac.
if I throw I kind of want to just throw pitch the blanket.
All right,
over
make a
it.
dexterity check for me.
This is sure to go well. Get all 14, and my dexterity is
14 will be enough.
Great.
So you cover it with the cloth, and it sort of screams, and there's a big pulse of green light that's strong enough that you can even see it through the cloth, and it's sort of frantically trying to burn through it.
It looks like a fun ghost now. It's like, woo.
It's on the ground. The heavy cloth, it's quite small. The heavy cloth, it's a child's skull, has weighted it to the
that's sad,
ground.
Dave, don't make me sad.
Okay. So can we get to the?
Well, you're next. Oh
It's
no!
right next to you.
Oh no! it's already attacked you. So yeah, you're next.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get close to.
I was
this.
going to say Phil's just next, and I made myself sad.
Aw.
How? Guys, no time to be sad. We gotta go.
Okay.
Somebody just said I still can't believe Aiden killed Phil.
I didn't kill Phil.
Yeah, Eden. I can't believe.
didn't kill
Yeah,
I
yeah.
failed to
That's
save
canon.
Phil.
It is canon that Eden killed Phil.
That's true.
Eden Lacey killed.
Alex
Baston
Lee.
did it. Baston was the one who did it, not.
All right, what are you doing, Friezo?
I'm gonna. So I'm on the staircase.
You are lying on your back, whimpering in pain, covered in burn bits,
But,
burny bits.
but how far away from the skull am I?
It's now just beside you, smothered in a woolen blanket.
Okay. And it doesn't seem to be able to get out of the blanket, does it?
Oh, it will very soon get out of the blanket, but for the next 6 seconds or so, it is entangled.
I'm gonna put my staff, my magic staff, under the blanket and leave the child's skull to fight the snake and run.
Okay. As soon as you pull out the staff of the serpent, you hear the voice of Moa, the god, in your ear.
Hello there, Friezo.
Hi. This is where our journey together, Moa, has been a beautiful one. You said I couldn't lie, and as a result, I have embarrassed myself a lot I've revealed some things that were perhaps too much, but it has come to an end, and I must leave you here now. To kill this child's skull. You could take it. You're a snake. You could take out a skull, couldn't you?
It's
So-
a child's skull.
Yeah, child. This saw.
Friezo, you've done me well. I think you've learned that by being vulnerable, you actually make yourself a little bit stronger in other ways.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I think you learned something. Oh,
Thank
I learned
you.
that from Queer Eye this week.
Oh wow.
Somebody in the
Right?
chat is suggesting you could urinate on the blanket.
Yeah.
No, I haven't. I'm dehydrated at this point.
All right, and so
Also, you try and urinate out of a penis after a metal rod has been ripped from it.
Fair enough.
It hurts so bad.
all right, you slip your hand inside the cloth.
I'm just gonna roll it under.
Okay, as you roll it under, you suddenly have a moment where the power of the trickster god is for a second unwilling to let go. Make for me a DC 15 charisma check.
Oh, charisma. Oh, charisma's
Charisma
good.
saving, actually.
Charisma saving. All right. That's a nat 20, baby.
Nat 20. Bo, 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 bo. You say goodbye to Moa,
Oh,
and
27. What's gonna happen there,
for
Dave?
a second, you feel the shiny ebon wood of the staff turn into hot, leathery scales, and then you withdraw your hand as Moa is left grappling with the flame skull.
I think as a result of my roll,
Your really good saving throw.
I should be able to lie as much as I want in real life now, Dave.
Well, you can now. This is it. So Moa's spirit has left you, and Friezo is now able to lie again.
Don't tell them that.
But you have lost the staff of the serpent, and the skull and the snake are sort of twitching around, and you guys have an opportunity to run if you want to.
Yeah, let's get
Get
out.
out of here. Let's
Get
book.
out of here. We got to get to the
Valet blanket.
Oh,
will be
You're
missed.
sad about losing the blanket.
as we're running away.
No tributes were given for Phil, but a 3-minute moment of silence and a ceremony was
I
done
think
for
we
the
should.
blanket.
Okay, I think we should take a moment of silence at the blankets. Let's hide in a corridor.
yeah.
When you say a moment of silence, you mean a 5-minute moment?
I mean, a
of
5-minute
silence?
moment
a
of
short
silence,
rest
so I can
of
get
silence.
So I can get
This
my
isn't
surplus back.
about Phil.
But I
That's
think
for the blanket.
It was for the blanket.
I also as we're running away, I say to Bobby and Baston, I really thought that once I got rid of that staff, I'd be able to lie again, but I guess I can't.
and
Okay.
Bobby just looks sideways at Baston and is like, ugh.
All right.
Baston's deep in thought about the blanket. Just so.
Excellent. All right. So you guys, you make your way down to the bottom, and as your foot, Bobby, touches the floor at the foot of the staircase, the 4 ensconced torches that I talked about all burst into flame.
Oh, this place has all the traps. No, no.
You forget we're in a trap.
I forgot we're in the trap place. Oh.
And so green smoke seethes out of these torches and illuminates a room dominated by a giant bronze cauldron in the middle of what is otherwise a vaulted hall. Now, under this light, you can see gnarled furniture peeking out around the room. And it's kind of...
Wait, the furniture has
peeking?
eyes?
No, sorry. You know what? Actually, I'm not going to take that. Mike Merles. Yeah, it says the furniture's peeking. What's with that?
The furniture speaking or peeking?
Peeking. But it's peeking out over the smoke, and
Like it dropped a pill?
and now you can see the room. It's actually, the furniture is slightly strange. There are sort of mothballed rugs. There is a small table with a ball which has balls of old rotting yarn, and there are 3 rocking chairs sitting by an empty fireplace.
It's a grandma trap.
And a spinning wheel sitting next to one of them, made out of bone and knotted hair. In the far side of the room, you can also see the unmistakable shape now of what is a man-sized rusty cage hanging on a hook, dominating the archway leading out.
Is there a man in the rusty cage?
It's the far side of the room, of the
Freezer.
hall.
Okay, this is what I'm
So
feeling.
you're next to the rocking chairs, and you're near the cauldron, is where the staircases come down.
And we can see, are they high-backed rocking chairs that we can't see who's in them, or they're
They're
just
empty, but they're all actually, one of them is rocking.
Friezo.
One of them's hot to the touch.
How long will it take you to get Fireball back? Because I say we just burn this mother down.
Oh, no, you rested at the steps. Just
Yeah,
So you
we
could just
rested.
Fireball this room? Just
I mean-
blow it up?
Why don't you just shine you a lantern to...
Oh, yeah, okay, I'll look with my lantern. That's a good idea.
Thank you.
All right, so
You
as
sure? Are you sure?
Yeah.
I'm right here. Give me the word.
What's in the rocking chairs?
nothing at the moment.
Okay, I'm just going to talk to my head bear.
Yep,
And just be
Obalaka.
like, Obalaka, what's the deal with this place?
Oh, yeah. It's definitely not anything that's making me comfortable. In fact, it's making me terrified, and you too.
What's making you...
I love
That
the
was
I
great.
love the
That's great.
development of this character. This is fantastic.
What's most terrifying about it to you?
One, the furniture has eyes, and you know that's creepy as shit.
Cool. Great.
Once again, useful Obalaka.
Yeah. So the lantern hasn't revealed anything.
So as you've stepped into the room, suddenly make for me, all of you, a perception check.
Ooh.
I want you to beat DC 18.
No.
One.
Perception.
This dice sucks.
You're unhappy with all dice
Have it
today.
back.
No, I do not pass that.
No.
Do you want dice?
Yeah, I want a new dice.
Do you want this? Do you
Even
want
though I
this?
failed the last one. 9. I'll get in there.
All right,
I'll
so
get there.
unbeknownst to all of you, however, 3 small figures are creeping up on the dragon friends, and actually, you don't notice anything, Bobby, until suddenly you hear a tiny, almost sort of dry, raspy sound like dusty hay, but also like it's a cough.
Hay
And-
or hate?
Hey, this is not the Chapel of Hate. I cannot.
This is the Chapel of Hay.
Yeah,
Right.
I cannot stress enough. And as you
Very
turn,
flammable.
you turn around very slowly, Bobby, because the voice is just behind you, and you see standing there on the stone tiles of the room are 3 small figures. One of them is a small, and each of them about the size, coming up to about your, maybe halfway up about your knee for a halfling.
Right.
So they're tiny.
They're tiny, and they
That's big.
have waddled forward and they stand looking at you.
Are they penguins?
Curiously, one of them is a strange,
Penguin.
faceless,
Penguin.
child-sized
Penguin.
Penguin.
Penguin?
Cannon.
effigy molded, it seems, from clay with a blank clay face. The other is a straw doll with rusty pins sticking through her body.
Straw or hay? Sorry.
In a moldy little dress. And the last is a stuffed monkey with its entire lower body has been removed and replaced with a toy unicycle.
Ooh.
The straw doll waves.
Is that inspired by Ben's capers the other day?
The straw doll waves a filthy white handkerchief at you.
Hello, Dolly. What are you doing here?
Beware, beware.
Oh no.
Oh.
I'm gonna lean into the creepiness.
No,
Yeah.
no, it's the eyes as well.
Thank you for the warning. What should I beware of?
Beware of all that walks these floors, or you will live for nevermore.
Ooh, speaking in rhyme. All right.
Okay.
That might not carry on.
And as the little straw doll says this, the other blank clay-faced doll turns its head, twists its head in an unnatural, boneless way, and then pulls one of the pins out of the straw doll and draws a crooked mouth on itself. And
Shit.
then says, "Beware the Forsaken Son, beware the Sown Sisters, beware the Master Lich."
Forsaken Son, Stone Sisters.
Sown Sisters.
Sown Sisters.
Hey,
So,
sisters,
Sown
sown
sisters.
sisters,
Better get the
bone,
Bone Sisters.
Oh, you're gonna call on the Bone Sisters?
Yeah, Bone Sisters.
Yeah.
I don't want to remind you guys what happened less than half an hour ago when you didn't respect the traps in this dungeon.
Okay, hey Sister Stone Sisters.
Wait,
Better
what was
get
it?
their Bone Sisters. that was what.
That's not the warning. That's the song we just sang.
what
That's a disco
gotta get
classic.
that bone sisters.
No, I
What
can't.
could they mean?
Who could the
Else?
Bone Sisters
What
be?
could they possibly mean?
Respect the master, bitch. Is that what
Lich,
happened?
lich,
Oh, Lich.
lich.
Okay, good.
That's Sarah.
Beware the.
Sarax.
Yeah.
Sarax.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But wait, the Sown Sisters and the what was the thing? The something about the sun.
Beware the
Fortunate
straw
son.
children.
The
Straw-
the Forsaken Son.
So we
I
say-
know 4 seconds.
Could you repeat that? So there's the unicycle kid, the clay boy, and straw girl.
Yes, and the straw girl looks at you as you sort of and does a little curtsy, and she says, "Straw Bundle is pleased to make your acquaintance. Beware the Sown Sisters."
The Sown.
Are you the Sown sisters?
No.
No.
Where
Okay.
are the Sown sisters?
The Sown Sisters are everywhere and nowhere. They appear when they are needed.
That's a shit answer.
Young mistress,
What am I
thank you.
supposed to do with that?
Young mistress, thank you for your warning. Can you,
She giggles and looks away into her handkerchief.
young mistress, thank you.
Super coy.
And as she does, some of the straw in her neck snaps, and it becomes lopsided as her head sort of starts to, by the action, become disconnected.
I rip a small a strip of cloth from my shirt and bind it around her neck to reinforce it.
Okay, she giggles and looks into her handkerchief again.
What's in that? Let me see.
Young mistress, are the Sown Sisters? Is there any way to evade or the Sown Sisters? Is there any way that we can protect ourselves against them?
The Sown Sisters know too much. The Sown Sisters came to you in the night already. They have taken the hair from your head, they have taken the sweat from your brow, and they have made you again. And then they have broken you until you have told them all. They will find you. You must flee.
Oh, that's not an option for us. We don't go back.
So you guys are like sharks.
Exactly. What? Yes, exactly. Can you show us the way to the phylactery?
What?
Don't we just want to skip the Sown sisters?
Yeah,
confused
can
her.
we?
You wish to go forward? You wish to
Yes.
find your way deeper into the cradle?
Yes, all the way to the bottom of the cradle.
To the Chapel of Hate.
Joho will show you, but the Sown Sisters will find you.
Well, ow.
Well, thank you, young mistress. Any assistance that you can provide us is received gratefully.
We will follow you.
Straw Bundle curtsies again, and then she indicates and says, "Joho, show the way." And the little unicycle,
We'd be happy to.
the unicycle monkey doffs a little fez and
Joho.
rides off in an uneven looping gait, a very loud squeaking gait towards the cage and the further into the archway of the room.
I follow the monkey. Oh, is there a chance that these are the Sown Sisters and they're tricking us?
Oh, right. No doubt, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt.
For the moment, I'm going to follow the monkey and follow its trajectory, its looping gait, in case it's evading traps.
Yeah. Follow the track.
Okay.
Wait, do we have any paint? We could just paint. We could put some paint on his
don't
thing.
have. You have an alchemy jug, actually.
Oh yeah. Wait.
But
Okay.
have we used it today?
No, you haven't used it today.
Okay, I'm gonna go paint.
No! God damn it!
Yep. So yeah. Yep.
What did
No,
you want
that's
us to
too
do?
late. Paint starts to pour out of
Paint
the alchemy
comes out.
jug.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to Joho and be like, just put some paint on Joho's wheels.
Oh, a fresh coat.
Yep. Okay. Lead on,
Simon,
Joho.
do you want to name some of the more useful liquids that would?
Oh, I don't know. Anything.
All right. So you coat the wheels of Joho's unicycle, and Joho starts to make his looping way around the room. Are you all following, or just Bobby? And Frieza, you're not part of this conversation. So what are you doing?
I am going to kill these.
Oh, okay.
What sisters?
The clay one and the.
So they've warned us about sisters. There's no guarantee that these aren't the sisters.
Which you might just be killing an innocent straw child and a little clay turd.
Oh, I see.
It seems to me that obviously that the suggestion is that they've come and taken like hair and stuff from us, that they have created voodoo dolls of us of some kind.
Yeah.
So
But what they don't know is that
You were
I
wearing a wig to
could-
bed?
yes, I have alopecia. So Friezo's
Frieza famously.
You might just have a sleeping wig.
yeah, just for comfort. Could what do you mean?
There's nothing more comforting
New
than
sleeping
popping on a
wig
wig
for
before
ultimate
you take
comfort.
yourself to
Yeah,
bed.
look,
Bruce
I have
Willis wears a wig to
yeah.
Arcade every night.
I have a wig of my mother's hair that smells like her. All right, that's why I have it. Okay, it lets me sleep nicely.
Also, if somebody sneaks in to murder you in the night, they might think you're somebody else and not murder you. So that's one
like authority
reason to
figure
do
like
it.
my mother. Like, oh, Mrs. Hing, I can't kill her.
I guess I was implying Frieza did that rather than say that you were doing it, but that's fine.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
much at this
So
point.
Frieza, what are you doing?
I am going to. No, I'll follow along
So you're all creeping in single file to follow this very narrow trajectory
of the monkey.
that the red paint has painted on the floor.
Are the other ones following us?
Straw Bundle and
Yeah.
No Face are standing there because you didn't tell them to do anything.
Come on, dudes. Let's go.
You guys coming?
Of course, follow you. We must.
And Straw Bundle and No Face start to follow. So with in this tiny curious procession, the dragon friends make their way to the edge of the room, and as you get closer and closer to the cage, you, Bobby, leading the way, become.
no, Joho's leading the way.
Sorry.
Joho.
That's my name. What have you got for me?
Nothing. Just wanted to
Another
say.
fresh coat of paint?
Yeah. I got to keep topping him up.
What
He
color
loves
is
it.
this paint?
Red. Well, I was thinking white, but Dave said red, so canon. He said it first.
You
Okay.
just said paint. If you'd said white paint, you would have gotten white paint.
That's fine.
So yeah, Joho loves the paint for some reason and giggles as you apply it to his wheel.
Ooh, it tickles me spokes.
Oh, so you can feel in these. You've got feeling in the wheels.
Yep. My top half is a taxidermied monkey, apparently, and my bottom half is a unicycle wheel that I can feel. There's nerve endings and all that.
What? How long have you been here, Joho? Joho?
What'd you call him?
Joho?
Joho?
Oh, I missed what you right.
Time has become quite a different thing down here, and me finds it hard. Oh, also, we've decided to speak like this a bit more.
Okay.
Me found it
Lean
hard.
into it, Matt.
Me found it hard to even judge how long we've been amongst the dust.
Oh. Can I have a go of the pin? No face.
No Face looks at you curiously and then looks at the pin.
Give me a go.
You reach out to grab it.
I put my hand out like this.
No Face shrieks back in terror, and Straw Bundle goes, "You must forgive No Face. The Stone Sisters have treated him so terribly."
All right. Well, I'm gonna try and put a smile on No Face's face then.
You're going to stab him with a pin and draw a face on him?
In the face.
Or do some just like japering and entertainment.
No, not japering. I'll be forcing a face onto this clay.
But Dave, didn't he
Forcing a
cut
face
a
onto
didn't
this
he cut a
child.
mouth in his own face?
He did, but because he's wet clay, anytime he doesn't speak, it melts together again.
Oh, I
he's a
see.
He's a grubby clay boy.
Oh, okay. So it won't last even if I do it then.
No.
No.
But
Is
so,
there a kiln anywhere nearby, Dave?
there is not. No.
You wanna
There was
cook
one
him?
upstairs in the workshop.
Yeah, we cook this.
Cook this little boy.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Would you like to follow me some more?
As Straw Bundle says, to answer your question before as well, we've been here so long. It is so cold. Ever since the Stone Sisters plucked us from our beds. I do miss my mother so much.
What was your mother's name?
Beatrice. Beatrice Fangdangle.
Guys, is that a good
Fangdwangle?
like
Good fantasy
Very
name.
good.
fantasy
Canon.
name?
Very
Beatrice
good.
Fang. Yeah, her name.
Fangdwangle?
She remembers her mother's
Fangdwangle.
name, though very little else. But she does remember that her mother's name was Beatrice Fangdwangle.
Of the northern Fangdwangles.
Oh, right.
There's heaps of I feel like there's heaps of stolen kids in this dungeon. That's the vibe I'm catching, guys.
And Mistress Fandrangle, what is your name? Your birth. You're given your first name.
But I am Strawbundle, for that is the name that has been given to me. And she curtsies again.
But surely you are more than Strawbundle. You are Fandrangle.
She begins to get quite agitated.
Starts pulling bits of straw out
and
of
she's,
her
yeah,
own
she
head.
starts pulling bits of straw out of her. She says, "I'm Strawbundle. I'm Strawbundle. I'm a good Strawbundle."
There, Strawbundle, and I take her in my arms.
Okay, you
And
pick her
yours
up.
Never die.
And as you guys continue with Strawbundle sitting on your shoulder, Bobby, and Joho squeaking away, giggling every time the paint is applied,
Topping him up.
and with No Face looking very suspiciously at you, Friezo.
With what?
With its no
Yeah.
face.
Well, just
Give me that pen.
Just aiming its face right at him.
Give me that pen, you
It's
clear little
It's called body
shit.
language.
in a way that could be
guys.
described as hostile. You make your way to the end of the archway, and as you get closer, Bobby, you become the lights dimmer at this side of the vaunted room, and it becomes clear that there is a single figure under a filthy blanket at the bottom of this cage, hanging off a rusty chain.
Hey, Baston, a blanket.
It's mine.
Who are you? You scallywag? You knave?
Whoa.
There
What
was
a rough way to go into a conversation.
Knave? Dude, come on.
Is knave not okay? Isn't
Be
knave
chill.
just a type of knight?
there's a low roar, like a weak sort of gasp of pain. In a kind of deep masculine voice, but quite feverish.
Beware the shining sun.
Yeah.
Stone sisters.
The
Stone
beware the
sisters.
Forsaken Son.
I reckon that's what this dude is.
Are you the forsaken son?
I am no such thing.
What are you? Who are you?
Who are you?
No. I asked you first. Those are the rules. You got to tell me, and I'll tell you.
I will not.
Okay, count of three. We'll
Did
say
the
at the same
Stone
time.
Sisters send you?
No.
Yes.
No.
No, they didn't.
No.
Is it you? Are you them under another form?
No.
No.
Are you them under another
Are
form?
you them
Are
under?
you them?
Are you them
I
under?
asked you.
I asked you first.
You did.
You,
No,
On
we're
the
not
count-
them.
you did.
On
Wait,
the-
guys, please. Excuse me, Stone Sister.
You can't trick me, Stone Sister. It pays to be suspicious. And then the face looks up, and you see the withered, emaciated face of Baston Indrirovich, child of Barovia, but slightly deformed with a crooked spine, but the unmistakable regal features of that royal family.
I'm in the cage.
Yes, and I would be happy at this point. How's your Baston impression? Matt?
What does Baston sound like?
Like a character from Beauty and the Beast, a little bit.
He does not.
legally
He
distinct.
absolutely
He absolutely
does
does not. He
not.
sounds totally different.
Mainly sounds like Aiden, right?
Yeah,
I can take
yeah,
over
like
this.
me, but like more regal.
More bombastic?
Yeah, more bombastic, more regal.
But I'm also withered and deformed.
He's withered and deformed, and he bears the
so- I'm
unmistakable.
deformed!
He bears also the from the poker burns on his broad chest and from the holes
poker burns.
in his cheeks and ears. It is also clear that he bears the evidence of severe torture.
Yeah, so his voice has changed a fair bit, and
No.
therefore it doesn't matter. Cool.
What happened to me? To you?
Look upon these withered features.
No, it's gross. Ah.
No,
okay,
no.
keep talking.
For the sake of what I'm going to say, give it a glance. Just a quick peek.
Ooh.
Think like the furniture.
Oh, I don't like the new me. It
As
sucks.
makeovers go,
Oh man, you really let yourself go.
the Fab Five aren't recommending this look.
What?
Who?
I also watched Queer Eye this week.
Okay. What?
You must take heed, lest you become just like I.
But if even you are friends, he's quite suspicious of you.
Oh,
still.
Yeah.
sorry.
Do you remember? Have you been here before? Have you had this conversation with yourself before? Does this ring any bells?
I have been here for as long as the Sohn sisters have placed me here.
Wait, but were you me at one time? Did we already? Because like in time travel,
All right,
If
look, I'm gonna put someone
No,
in
wait,
misery.
Wait,
I'm
wait.
sticking with you.
Wait.
It's either
yeah.
you
No,
or
no.
you.
But if you,
Baston,
are you saying that
think
you
of
are?
think of an animal,
Yes.
and can you remember what animal he was thinking of?
Okay, hang on.
A potato's not an animal.
It is you.
Yes. So he kind of warms to you a little bit, and he looks up, and the cloth falls away, and you can sort of see his emaciated and, as I said, quite deformed figure. It seems like he's half made, and he says, We were in the tent, and then she was there, and my beautiful hair, she cut a snippet and disappeared. And then I woke up here, and with the pain and the spikes and the very mean woman with the thing that I didn't like, and she made me tell you everything. She knows of all of your weaknesses. Even you, Friezo, even you have weaknesses.
I don't have any. Does she know about my donga?
Even that.
That your chungus.
Ah.
Okay, so
And he's hysterical.
so this was the night before that we came in here when we all slept and had a weird dream. She must have.
I'm going to do an intelligence check.
Yep. What's it for?
What are you checking?
What his deal is? Like, does
Yep.
this seem legit?
Okay, great. Make a insight check.
Insight check. That's an 18.
Yeah. Okay. So it looks like that this is a copy that has been made of Baston. As I said, he does look like he's been tortured, and also there is something, as I said, like wrongly made about his dimensions. But he doesn't, and though he's emaciated and strange, he doesn't look like he's been there for ages. He could have only been there for a few days.
He might have been fabricated to look like he's been tortured.
What kind of rights do copies have in the Dungeons and Dragons world?
Great question.
You know how
It's just
like if I kill a man, you get real upset with me for doing that.
Yeah.
But if I kill a copy, that's like killing a clone.
Okay.
So are you still going to think I'm a baddie if I do that?
Do you know what, Hing? Because this is the way morality works. You do what you're going to do, and then live with the consequences of what I think of you.
Also, he's in a cage, so we don't have to. He can't get out. He can't do anything to us.
We should let him out, though. He's me.
Why don't we just let him out once we know that the Stone Sisters have been dealt with?
I think actually we can't let him out.
I don't think we should let him out.
He also ratted us out to the Stone Sisters.
But they were
And
torturing
you know what?
him.
Torture or not,
He's
you know
a good guy.
You know what snitches get? What's the one thing we agreed on in Dragon Friends? Snitches get stitches.
He is.
Oh, I thought it was sandwiches.
We changed it after we ran out of sandwiches.
Okay.
No, I've got to kill him.
We
Dave.
can just leave him here. Wait, what is Joe?
What you just rolled? What is that? What is
I
rolling?
rolled 2.
No, but what are you doing?
Oh, I'm casting Eldritch Blast.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I rolled 2 15s, so plus 7 to both of them, so that I rolled 2 22s.
Yep.
First horsey, two horse. Now this.
They both hit.
Oh, the rest of my beautiful hair.
No.
First one does 8. Second one does 5.
All right. White hot spears of pain and light shoot out of Friezo's fingers, and like slugs fire themselves deep into the chest of this copy of Baston, who screams in pain and flies backward, his wretched body broken. However, Baston,
Yeah.
how much damage did you do?
Oh, like 3 points of
No,
damage.
was it 22, did you say?
No, it's 13. It was 8 plus 3 is 13. 8 plus 5 is 13.
Suddenly, you feel rocked by 2 heavy punctures in your chest, and you take 13 points of damage.
Oh,
Didn't
man.
you have 10? Oh, you healed yourself, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dick?
None of us saw that coming.
Is the Baston
None
in
of
there
us
still
saw that
alive?
I mean,
No,
a
he's
little
dead,
bit I
and
saw.
you
saw that coming?
I told you not to kill him. I told you not to do anything to him. I said just leave him.
All right. Look, Baston, I'd like to apologize to you.
But in
hurting
More
you?
hollow apologies. But you can't lie. I guess you mean it.
I know for real. Even if I could lie, I feel real bad about that. I should have known this was a life-size voodoo doll, and I didn't, and I'm sorry.
all right.
I take the blanket.
While you are,
It survived the blast.
are you gonna close his eyes?
Yeah, sure. I guess that's
Look,
creepy.
everyone in the chat is saying, "Good job, Friezo."
Hey, fuck you guys, all right?
Thank you.
I didn't kill Filge, and he's a monster.
All right.
Good job,
While the
Friezo.
dragon friends are
Finally.
momentarily distracted, you suddenly feel a vibration and you realize that Straw Bundle sitting on your shoulder is weeping quietly and shivering and looking directly behind you.
I turn around to see what she's looking at.
All right, and as you turn around, you see suddenly a new figure in a white morning dress that is covered in rags, with wormy, dilapidated skin, clutching under her arm a swaddled bundle in deep red rags is an old wizened woman.
Howdy.
The Zone Sisters.
Howdy.
Hello.
We say howdy round these parts.
Oh, well, howdy, ma'am. Fine to make your acquaintance, I'm sure.
She does a little curtsy and she says, "The Widow Groat welcomes you."
Groat. Groat is the name?
Groat.
Yep,
That's
don't wear it out.
What's your deal?
How late did you stay up playing Hearthstone last night?
Straight to the chase. I
Yep.
like that.
What's
You know,
going on here?
victim.
What's your thing? Huh?
Wait, is the widow the one holding the bundle or the?
She's holding the bundle and she says, "You've been playing with my son.
Who's your son? What?
You've been playing with my little Baston. Such
Oh.
secrets, he tells me."
No, you're gonna
I
have to
hate
die.
this. I'm gonna kill this.
Yeah, let's kill her.
I hate her.
It's super creepy down here.
Yeah, this
it
is
sucks. This is the creepiest it's
I
ever
don't
gotten.
like it.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna say, "You're not my real mom." And I'm gonna 17 and 14. What's her armor class?
All right, you're diving towards her and attacking her?
Yeah.
All
I'll
right.
slash her up.
Excellent. So you race towards her, and the moment that you race towards her, she lifts up a hand and points it at you and casts a spell, and you suddenly feel burning in your ears, mocking, vicious laughter, Baston.
Oh, you got mocked. She's roasting you.
My pride.
Getting roasted by this random woman we just met.
Oh.
What's one of her sweet burns on Baston?
Don't attack my looks. Don't attack my looks.
Call him a 6. A 6.
I'm not a six. I am not a six.
How dare you? And as her vicious mockery cantrip takes effect, I need you to make for me quickly a wisdom saving throw.
All of us?
Wait,
Or
wait,
just
No,
is
no,
this
just-
spell literally called vicious mockery?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think Friezo has this spell.
No, I could have had it, but I didn't
Ooh,
take
it's a
it.
pinky
You
boy.
want a pinky boy?
No, I like this one. Wisdom saving throw. Ooh, 7?
All right.
Not enough.
So the laughter starts to take, and your confidence is shattered.
No.
And
I'm all bravado.
you take another 4 points of damage. Oh, sorry, no, actually, no, you don't. You take, you take 9 points of damage, and you now are disadvantaged and reeling. So for the rest of the turn, but you reach her, and you can attack if you want.
Yeah.
What's in her arms again? A bundle of
A
rags.
swaddled bundle
But am
of
I
rags.
are all my attacks disadvantaged?
Yes,
And what's her armor class?
17.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll some rolls. Miss. Oh, disadvantage. Fuck. Nope.
Okay, so Baston.
Unsuccessful.
Baston,
On
from the
all
perspective of
accounts.
the two of you, Baston races forward, reels back suddenly as if her laughter physically hurts him, and the power saps from his arms, and he swings feebly with his sword at a couple of times at this old lady, but she just sort of stares him down until he collapses on his knees in front of her.
And what's she doing?
She's laughing, and she says, "Naughty children, come in here without permission. Leave your cage without permission. Back to your cage you go, Baston."
No.
What's the armor class on this woman?
17.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast a witch bolt. Sorry, is it my turn? Whose turn is it?
Yeah, she's sort of just mocking. She doesn't seem very scared of any of you.
Oops, sorry. I think. 18 plus 7 is 25. That hits.
Yes, that definitely hits.
Begin the witch bolt. So 2d12 worth of damage, right? Because they're level 3.
That is correct.
That is 2 and 3, 5 damage for this first turn.
All right, so you
Right.
do 5 points of damage to her?
Yep.
All right, and she takes 5 points of damage.
And while she's being hit by that witch bolt and recovering from the points of damage, Bobby makes a dash to and tries to like grab a bundle out of her arms.
She's quite far away from you, so you're racing towards
I
her?
can do a dash? Yep. While
Alright.
she's kind of like writhing around?
She's not really writhing around. She doesn't seem to care that much, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, you're going to race it. Okay, great. All right, make a roll a dexterity.
That's a 17 plus 4.
All right,
21.
you pluck. All right, congratulations. I rolled a 4. You pluck the bundle out of her hands, and that she notices, and she screams at you. And suddenly her entire jaw unhinges, and her mouth suddenly is incredibly wide open, and you can see between her rotting teeth ants scurrying out of her mouth.
And I back away and I peel back the bundle to see what's inside.
All right. So as you race back, you peel back the bundle, and the first thing you notice is that it seems to be shivering. And as you open it, you realize that whatever is inside it is wet and slick. And as the cloth is sticking to it, and finally, when you open it up, you see an emaciated, tiny, if not a newborn or stillborn, like a kind of broken little childling with a deformed forehead and terrible sort of. This feels very judgmental, but like magic is the point that I'm saying. It's all magic, a broken sort of wet body shivering and crying. And she says, "Put down the child. Put down the child or be doomed."
I hold the child up in my arms and I take my short sword and I stab it right through the middle into the heart.
Wow.
Killing that baby.
Just killed a baby.
Kill that
baby!
It's me, isn't it? Is it me?
Make an attack.
Oh, no.
What's the armor class of the baby, Dave?
The armor class of the baby
That's a
is
16.
4. Yep. So how much damage do you do? You have sneak attack.
Oh, you just
Like,
snuck up on,
I held it up and like...
snuck up on a baby.
Oh, it's one... what is it?
D6 plus 1.
D6. Well, it's a
You
1.
rolled a 1.
Plus 4.
Plus 4.
All right. So you did how much damage?
5.
5 points of damage. Okay. It's the thing screams, and it suddenly has an incredibly powerful voice.
Can I do the scream?
Yep.
Ouchie mochie!
And as it screams and wails, make a Constitution save for me quickly.
6.
6. No, yeah. It's a sonic sort of boom actually erupts, and you are
Sonic
flung
boom.
back from the baby, who instead of falling is suspended in the middle of the air, turning in its rags. And the hag looks at you and says, "Do you know how far I had to venture? How far beyond the ethereal veil I had to travel to find this child? Abandoned it was. A mother that did not want it. A father that refused to speak its name, but we found it and we have brought it here. Brought it to a Serarak, our master. For we shall keep him here, keep him precious, keep him safe, keep him secure, allow him to grow, and soon he shall take us home. Soon he shall be the one that looks off onto us. So say I, Madam Groton, so say the Sown sisters, but you who would defile this child are not worthy of mercy." And with that, she fires a beam of light at you as the baby twists and cries in the air. Make a Constitution save.
What
That's
the hell
a
is going
13 plus 1. 14.
All right, 14. That doesn't do it. And so suddenly you are flung to your knees as all of the strength is sapped from you, Bobby. And for the rest,
Can he dodge this?
no, you. This is the damage. Ignoring the damage, you now only do half damage with all of your weapons as the ray of enfeeblement takes hold.
No.
Oh.
Baston, you've already moved. Friezo, you haven't done anything. You've
can't.
done.
I've started my ritual.
It's
But I
bad. She
realized,
casts-
well, I did 2d12. I should actually be doing 3 because it's level 3 cells.
Okay, and she casts the ray, which means that Baston, you're up next.
It's back to me. Can I attack her?
You
I'm gonna attack her.
You can, but again,
Now, the chat said I only had disadvantage on the first attack roll. So my disadvantage should have passed
I will.
now.
No, certainly your disadvantage is passed now, but we will say that it was a superpowered.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Vicious
I mean,
laughter.
Yeah, okay. So she's
God,
17,
no.
17 armor class.
Yep.
So I need 9s. Okay, I do 2 hits with my scimitars.
Yep.
And do 8,
Mhm.
and then 10, and then I attack with my long sword, and I hit, and I hit. Oh, and that one was a 1, but we'll just ignore the last one misses. And I do 10, and I do 18, and then another 12. 30 points of damage to the hag.
Oh!
She screams at you in pain, and she reels backwards as the ants pour out of her mouth and start crawling. Yeah, I said there are ants. Her mouth is full of ants.
Oh.
And you think she's screaming in pain before you realize that she's laughing as she spits and vomits these ants all over you, Baston. And they start to crawl all over you.
I am covered in oil, so does that drown the ants?
No, if anything. Well,
just stick to your body.
Yeah, they stuck to my body. Oh God.
And the next one up is you.
Friezo.
Yes, Friezo.
I'm going to continue the witch bolting. So that is 12 and 12, and then 5.
So you're holding on to the concentration.
29 damage, baby.
All right. So she's taking more and more damage. But now it is her turn again, and she looks at all of you, and she plucks at a necklace that was hidden under the rags, and she pulls it out, and now you can see that it has 6 small beads on it, each of them looking like brilliant gemstones that seem to flash like fire, and she pulls one of the beads off her necklace.
Really,
and
just beads after all this gross stuff?
Not bees.
No.
Bees
This is
are eyeball. Are they
Oh,
eyeballs?
they're covered
Dave?
in ichor. Are you guys happy? Fine. It's
children's
they're
fingers or
eyeballs.
something.
Yeah, great.
Isn't it weird?
Teeth. They're teeth.
This is the first one of these that when we had an opportunity to cover something in something, it wasn't cum. And I think Ben not being here.
Yeah, Ben is the cum villain
think
of
it's
Dragon
Ben.
Oh, we know that.
I think Ben's really the one who loves to chat about cum. So put that in chat. at Dragon Ben or whatever his name is, you're the cum man. The rest of them, they're not into it as much.
Yeah, put that on the wiki.
And she throws the fireball bead at you, Bobby.
Sorry, Greg.
She throws this thing at you. Quickly make for me a dexterity saving throw.
That's a 13 plus
Dexterity saving.
7.
20.
Yep. So 20. Okay, you dive and you take half damage from the fireball as it explodes, and you realize that every one of the beads on this necklace is a fireball waiting to be thrown. As
Wait,
she
so how much
does.
damage do I take?
I'm just doing it for you.
Oh.
9 points of damage. I've already halved it for you.
Okay.
And you roar in pain, and then she turns around with her other hand and she slashes at you, Baston.
Dodge it.
He dodged it.
And she plus 23. She hits you for
People are putting that in the wiki as we speak. That Ben is the cum man.
please don't do that.
And the other guys aren't into
How
it
much?
as much.
12 points of damage.
Ah, crap.
All right, Bobby.
Baston, can I have a potion of healing, please?
Wait, do you need a thing? Do you need healings?
I'm down to 5.
Bummer, dude.
That's a hard no, or?
Is it my turn? Sorry, I'm just doing the maths on how many hit points I have left. 221 minus. Oh, I'm down to 9. Yeesh.
I call out to my little friends. Is there anything that I can do to help myself against this?
They're just
sun
weeping
sister?
at the moment that she came, and she says, "And you, my children, I will deal with you later." And they sort of shiver and
They
scream.
need a rousing speech, Bobby. Give him a rousing speech. Get him back in the game.
You know what?
Yeah, inspire Joho.
Yeah, Braveheart this. He's gettable. Look, he's gettable. We can get him on.
Joho's both weeping, but kind of has a slight look like he could be convinced.
Joho is the braver of the three, absolutely.
Yeah.
Joho.
Straw Bundle is the mouth. No Face, Joho is the bravery, and No Face is the undiscovered
maybe?
artistic genius.
Little
Should hear him
Joho.
beatbox.
He's the quiet one with
Attack.
That was your speech.
That's the speech.
Great.
Joho.
I've got 5 points left.
Okay, Joho attack. That will all right with disadvantage. Make a charisma beat DC 13.
Oh boy.
That's a lucky one. Does he get to re-roll if it's a...
Yeah, he does.
My disadvantage die? Oh god. It's a 14.
Hey!
All right, you make it, and Joho is, despite
Oh, okay. Joho clears the tears from his eyes with his little hands.
little monkey hands, they got symbols on them.
Yep.
Ow.
It's not a comfortable maneuver.
Clang, clang, clang.
He says,
All right, even though me is quite scared of the Soul Sisters, you've inspired a small flickering candle flame of courage deep inside me taxidermied chest.
and he wiggle wheels his way over there. And he goes up and he goes,
Soul Sister, though you did once pluck me from a bed and tie me here for all eternities, as far as I can remember, I have to say to you, You're rude.
Oh man, she's gonna kill him.
And then
she's
he-
gonna kill this monkey boy.
And he very apologetically clangs these cymbals together.
She looks down at him, and she gestures with her hand as 3 magic missiles burst forward, and she does 6 points of damage. He screams in pain, and then she grabs him with her other hand, and she throws him into her pockets.
Ouchie mochi.
Bobby, you can still have an action if you want.
Oh, I guess I'll just aim a crossbolt at her head.
Okay.
done that before you sacrificed Joe.
That's a 4.
Okay, so you miss, and
Is that what this is weird because the trail of paint will just end.
confusing later archaeologists.
Like, well, where did we were following a unicycle? Where did it go?
Okay, great. So,
My turn?
So the next step is you, Baston.
Okay, so I've got my box with my 2 potions in it.
Yep.
Left, and I'm gonna pitch that to Bobby, and I want to grab, because when she did the fireball, right?
Yeah.
She
She had beads around her neck.
and she just threw it down. What
She
did she do?
plucked a bead, and as soon as she threw it, as soon as it hit the
So this
ground.
is what I want to do. I want to grab at her necklace, and I want to just throw it on the ground.
Okay, now you're
At
covered.
your feet?
Yeah.
No, put it in her mouth.
Yeah, put it in her mouth. Yeah, I could do it in her mouth, and that way she'd explode. But I'll have to shove it down her throat.
Okay, so first things first. Baston pulls out this slim folio of potions and throws it. Make for me. First of all, you, Baston, I need you to make for me. The ants are making this a little bit trickier, so make a DC 14 dexterity.
Missed that. Yeah, 15. Natural
15. And Bobby, I need you to then make a DC 15 grab.
That's a 6 plus... What's that? Acrobatics?
Dexterity.
Dex.
Plus, you can do proficiency if you want.
Okay. Does that mean that I can do that?
Just
Yep,
plus,
yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, okay.
He makes it. Yeah.
You just make it.
Yep.
You pluck them just moments before they smash, and you have the 2 bottles, the potions, and now
Like
Eden-
both of them?
I wanna grab a handful of look, just Baston's a little broken.
Yeah.
You know?
He's-
He saw and he looks over to the other dragon friends and he says, I'm going to be with Horsey Two Horse and that less good looking version of myself, and throws down a
Notably absent from that list, Phil.
and I want to claw at her necklace and
All right,
slam
so
them on the ground.
By nobly making sure that Bobby had the potions, and
Yep.
by reaching at these, you've not been dealing with these ants, which are now starting to make their way into your mouth, into the corners of your eyes, burrowing into your ears.
I
So
hate this.
more and more of these ants are getting all over Baston as he dives towards her. Make for me quickly a dexterity. You need to beat 17.
You should have been
This is
dealing
tough.
with those ants.
Should have dealt with the ants. Okay, here we go. 20!
You
I'm dying.
And
I'm covered in ass.
you pluck a handful of fireball beads from her neck, and her laughter for a second stops, Baston, and you have a second now to throw them if you want.
Into
Eat
her
one,
mouth?
eat one, like a Tide Pod.
Into her mouth?
You can throw them to the ground, on the ground in front
Well,
of
I think it's an impact thing,
Yeah.
so I'm just gonna
her. Slam them into her?
Yeah,
That
you're
will hit-
not my mom.
That will hit you as well. All right.
Do it.
The fireballs explode. 5, 17, 22. All right, and you take 28 points of damage.
I am on negative 19.
Which I'm afraid is enough to instantly.
Guys,
I think.
don't read my diary.
I think that's
Wait,
enough to
wait.
instantly kill you.
Wait.
Bye, guys.
No death checks?
Not if you take enough damage in one turn. It's just at level 6. Baston
Wow.
has
But I'm the one who needs to wee. Why didn't I die?
explodes in a ball of fire. The ants and the hag explode and shriek too, and there is a cloud of smoke. But when the cloud settles, the filthy rags, as you kick at them, you realize that they're empty. The hag has disappeared, and inside is a singed but not dead Joho. Baston's body, however, is broken and on the ground.
Well, Well, I guess we should take those swords. He's got the good swords, doesn't he?
Yeah. I guess I'll grab the Endurovich one.
Yep.
Oh.
So you take, and there's
Wait, well, she's dead, right?
she's disappeared. She's not dead.
Disappeared.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, I get point out. It's got to be more than your max HP. So no, Baston actually gets a death check. Baston's still okay, but you're starting to die, Baston. So no, he's broken and on the ground.
All right, but I've taken the chair.
And you failed your first of 3 of death checks. I just rolled it for you. 'Cause you were
Okay.
taking a wee.
Can I roll another one?
Yeah, you can do a second one right now.
Okay,
I would
here we go.
wait.
Hey, Baston, monologue for a sec.
Is this like I'm in my death
What do you
throes?
roll? Under 10?
No, it was 12.
All right. Okay. So you one either way. So yeah, you're dying and on the floor, but you're not dead yet.
I'm
Thank you very
on
much,
negative
chat.
17. Oh man, I just don't know if I'm gonna be so fucked up when I'm alive again. You know, it's gonna take a lot of.
You're dying.
What
and
quality of life will you have?
Give
you're-
me,
but
feed
not
me
only,
my potions.
Not
Do
only.
you want me to euthanize you?
No,
Is that what you want?
No, I did not sign a DNR.
Baston,
No,
tell me if that's what you want.
Don't-
Do you have a DNR?
Fuck you. Save me.
So Baston is dying on the ground, and at that moment you notice that the child that you have neglected until now
Which child?
that
Oh,
is
the
rotating
swaddle
in the
Oh,
air.
the weird baby thing.
Oh, no, not the baby thing.
The
Give me some
child-
potion.
The
What
child
happened
is
to- yeah,
starting,
exactly.
which is lazily spinning around. Tendrils of dark energy are now anchoring it to the walls and the floor of the space, and it is now enveloped in a sort of lazy blue eldritch mist.
So what happened with Baston?
Baston's dying on the floor.
Okay.
All right, so you've got to give
I'm
Baston
gonna
one of the
pour,
potions.
pour a potion down his throat and one down mine as well.
Okay.
So that's my action.
Great. So you use up the last 2 potions. Baston, you come back to life, but you are still.
How's my skin?
Your skin is reheals from the magic effects of the potion,
Yes.
but it can't do anything to help you with these ants. So you're still there are these
Oh.
ants crawling all over
Oh,
you.
make the jug make honey.
Wait, Dave.
Then they'll go to the.
The fire didn't burn the ants.
No, it didn't.
Oh, they're magic ants.
Some of them it didn't
Nuts.
burn.
Ugh.
Do you want to witch bolt the ants?
Just cover them with
I could,
paint.
I could use the paint in the jug.
You guys are up for now, and this, as I said, this thing is turning over, and
Alright,
it seems to be sucking the power out of the room.
Do I recognize what it is or anything? Does Friezo kind of...
Make an Arcana check.
Arcana check. Woo! Arcana, roll a 12.
All right.
Plus Arcana... What's Arcana again? I can't remember.
It's a skill.
Plus 5, 17.
All right.
I got proficiency in Arcana.
Yes, yeah, you do.
That's
Funny
cool.
that. So you actually are quite concerned as this thing gets bigger and bigger, and as it's sucking negative energy into itself. You realize that this, tiny though it is, looks like it might be an Atropal, which is a godling child lost in the ethereal plane when deities couple and then abandon or refuse their children because
Like a Hercules.
yeah, exactly. This is a godling child, and although it is very weak now by because they feed on life energy.
What about death energy? They feed on that?
No, they feed on life energy.
Is it weak for a god or weak?
It is
for
weak for a god. Yeah.
which is still pretty strong.
It is a small, and it also, as a tiny baby, it does not know its own strength, and it is sitting there wailing. But
How
now,
tiny is it? Does it have desires?
actually, now that you look at it, it is twice the size of a regular child, which wasn't when you held it. So it is
Oh, so it's
also
growing.
Twice in age or twice in size?
It's growing quite quickly.
It's a big baby.
Wait, so which movie is this? Is this Benjamin Button or is this Big?
The two movies.
Yeah, which movie has a baby in it
Quick,
that grows real big?
Friezo, jump on an enormous piano and play a tune.
If I can't think of a movie,
All right, what about if I cast...
Oh, it's like Spirited Away. It's a big baby out of Spirited Away.
Thank you. What if I might burn my second spell slot and cast Hunger of Hader around this baby? So it's trapped in the tentacle acid.
actually, at this point, all of you, I need you all to make for me quickly Constitution saving throws. You need to beat 15.
15.
I do
Wait,
not.
am I
I do not
Yeah,
beat
plus
that.
3. Yeah.
Is my
Yeah, okay, you all take 14 points of necrotic damage.
No, not again.
But I
man.
passed.
Oh, what do you? Oh,
I
then
got
you
15.
take 7 points of necrotic damage.
Can I uncanny dodge this?
No, you can't. This is actually the whole area. This blue hazy mist, which is growing, is starting to make this area fill with necrotic energy.
Can we get out of here?
Half damage if I pass the test.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Yep.
7.
7, not 14.
Okay.
You can but you'd have to leave it. You can race further down past the cage and into the vaulted chamber.
I just need to get in this hate-filled chapel.
So you're going to go further forward?
Yep.
All right, so you guys race out of the room, leaving the godling child where it is, and you
We'll deal with you later,
Young man.
you emerge into a giant room that the entire top of it is filled with kind of strange, bizarre inventions, cogs, obviously the work of the Tomb Dwarves, building some kind of contraption for a Sararak, and all of it is centered around a crystal cylinder suspended over a lake of lava. That the entire
Terrible
room
place to leave your crystal cylinder.
opens into. But it seems, however, that there are kind of spikes of metal coming off all of this contraption when the heat of the lava is traveling geothermically up and it's powering this machine. And all of it, as I said, is pouring energy into what looks otherwise to be a unremarkable empty crystal cylinder, humming with the energies of what surrounds it, but otherwise it seems to be empty.
An empty
a crystal cylinder.
Yeah, and a big crystal cylinder. It could, I'd say, about 3 times as big as.
Does it?
We said it's
As
like a
an
Your
chalice.
average crystal cylinder.
Sorry,
We say it's like a chalice.
it's like a cage,
Okay.
like something goes inside it.
I kind of check. I rolled a 9. Do I know anything?
No, you don't know what
Is
this
it
one
open at the top and the bottom?
I only open at the top.
So like you'd put something in it,
Like a vase.
or a
It's
glass.
like a vase.
It's
It's
like
like
a
a
vase.
very big vase that
Suspended,
is powered by strange eldritch magic.
and it's suspended above the lava.
The lava, which is also seems to be part of its construction.
Is the lava hot? Or is it like magic cold lava or
Oh,
something?
I know. Why don't you just put your finger in it and see?
I know not in it, but near it. Do I feel burning?
Yes, but
Okay.
maybe that's an illusion. Maybe you should put your finger in it to make sure.
It's a good illusion.
What if
Yeah,
we...
no. Burning is the body's heat is the body's way of knowing something's too hot. I cannot check. Roll the 10 plus 5.
All right. But the worst thing, however, is that you guys are on a shore of lava, right? So the trail ends here. This room opens up into this cave full of lava, and the machine is in front of you, but otherwise there seems to be no way out, no further way to go. Behind you, the godling child. In front of you, this contraption.
So I think we got to destroy this contraption then.
And
Presumably.
so it's a vase being suspended from the roof by chains.
By magical sort of, some chains, but also there are tubes feeding into it. A lot of it, as I said, seems dormant. For now, this all seems empty.
Is there a panel to turn it on?
There are strange sort of controls to the side of it, both magical and mechanical.
Do we want to turn it on? What do you reckon it does?
Well, look, there's only controls. We can either turn on the controls or smash up and break the
All
controls.
right, let's
Right,
pour
and while
paint all
you
over the
guys,
controls.
while you guys are talking about this, the necrotic aura from the other room is starting to seep even into this room, and you're going to start taking necrotic damage again.
Shit.
However, also crawling on the ground, slick and disgusting, is this little godling child who is now about the size of an ogre, who is heading towards you, Bobby, and you realize with a sickening uncertainty that it has imprinted itself on you, and it's like sees you as... Exactly. Which it even says.
Oh, the baby says?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. Dave, can I figure out how to work the contraption?
Yeah, you can have a little look
the
at it.
control panels?
Make an intelligence check for me.
All right. It's only a -1, so this could go well.
Yep. You need to beat a 14.
4.
You can't tell, Baston. This has bested you.
Pour
just
paint
gonna-
all over it. Pour paint all over
Okay,
it.
paint. I'm
you're
just
going
gonna
to pour
paint.
paint all...
Well, I'm just gonna start moving things and hitting everything.
Oh, okay. You're just going to start pressing buttons.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
pour paint all over it. We want to break it. We don't want to turn it on.
Yeah, but maybe if I put the power into it and then put the paint on it.
All right.
that'll-
Oh, okay.
Baston starts pressing random buttons, and the thing spins and steams and then upends itself, so that now the open side of the container is facing towards you as all of the displays and lithics begin to glow.
So we could get into the jug now?
Yeah, has it hit the beach?
It would be a jump for you guys to make.
Across the lava?
Yes, across the lava.
I'm gonna do it.
All right, Bobby, you're going to make your way into it?
Yep.
All right, so Bobby, quickly make for me a
God.
acrobatics check. You need to beat, for this one, you need to beat DC 15.
Yes, I just make it 16.
Make it.
You just make it, right?
Yeah.
At the very lip of it, Bobby, you manage to make it, and you winch yourself into this crystal, and you feel quite refreshed and replenished even, and you can take D6 hit points back as you realize that whatever latent energy in here is here. It's restorative. It's here to keep something alive.
Okay. Is there anything inside it that I can
No,
tie
and
something
in
to,
fact,
or
it's
just
smooth and it's difficult to touch. If you try to do too much, you risk losing your balance and falling off the lip into the lava.
Okay, so it's tilted down.
Yes, but for now, you are clinging onto the edge.
Okay.
Smash it.
That's your action.
Smash it.
Guys,
Baston,
it's
you've done
it's
your
nice
action.
in here.
And the baby looks up at you at that moment. Friezo.
All right, so what we need to do is hide until the baby tries to get to Bobby and instead goes in the lava.
But can't the baby fly a bit?
You've seen it fly, yeah.
Oh. Ooh.
What are you gonna do, Friezo? You gonna work the panel, or are you gonna get in the tube?
I'll work the panel.
Okay.
Okay, so you look
See
at the
if you
panel,
can
make
make
an
it work.
Arcana check for me.
How big's the panel?
16.
16. It's obviously a tomb. One of the tomb dwarves used to control it. You actually work out what this is enough to operate it. This seems to be some kind of life support system. It may be connected to necromantic magic.
Life support system.
Yeah, it seems to be something that a Sararak has designed to power one of his phylacteries, those places he holds his soul that give him his unending life. This is a device that allows and this you realize is the purpose of this dungeon for people. This device is designed in such a way that adventurers who die in the dungeon, their souls are stored in the mechanical fabric of the dungeon, and this will suck them into a phylactery or anything that is placed in the funnel of the tube.
And the funnel of the tube is where
That's where Bobby is right now.
Bobby, you got to get out of there.
Okay.
And you work out how to turn it on.
But if I turn it on, will it kill Bobby?
It will flood him with life energy and souls, which you don't know what that will do to Bobby. But it's a powerful necromantic magic.
Bobby, we need to swap places.
And now it is the baby's turn.
Do you want to be like a powerful demon boy?
Yeah, sure.
It swaddles past you, Baston, as it's making its way towards Bobby, and it brushes so quietly against you because it doesn't really care about you at this moment, and it's growing bigger, and it doesn't seem to have much interest in anyone other than you, Bobby, and it touches you. So
And?
Baston, make a Constitution DC 19.
And then I get filled with its power.
Make a Constitution save, DC 19.
I pass. 17 plus 5 is 22.
Okay, great. So you take...
Stop rolling that.
you take 22 points of damage.
No.
How many points of damage would he take if he didn't pass?
I rolled half the dice.
Oh,
Jesus
wow.
So-
What the
Christ.
fuck spell was that?
8d8. It's touching a god. That's what that spell is called.
Just
touching a god. And
shit.
as that energy is pulled out of you, Baston, the child, deformed though it is, grows yet again. And with even increased vigor, it starts to drag itself towards you, Bobby. Now, next up
Yowza.
is Bobby. Because it's reached the lip of the lava and it's looking up at its father.
Friezo, did you just say that you could give me powers?
I think so, but I'm not 100% sure. I just don't want to be held responsible for what I'm about to do.
I absolve you of any responsibility.
Excellent.
The magic
press them
word.
buttons, Dave. Press them buttons.
All right, so like I said, it's open, so you can upend it again if you want, and you can you can make it flood the chamber.
Flood
with
that
souls.
chamber, baby.
Okay.
Put them souls into Bobby.
All right.
boy.
So it's you press the buttons. Actually, no, let me see how well you do this. So make for me one more intelligence save.
Intelligence save or
No, sorry, intelligence check. You know what it does.
15
So you
plus 2 is 17.
All right. So you up and make a acrobatics check for me, Bobby, as suddenly the entire cylinder lurches again.
That's a
You need to
19.
All right, great. And you manage to hold on to the side, so you're clinging to the top of lip of this device as it reorients itself, so that again all of these necromantic spikes and sigils are now focused at this tube, and it begins to flood it with energy. The energy flows through you in a wave, and for a second you think you can almost hear the voices of Filge and Grimsby Davenport
Literally the people we killed.
as beings that have died in this dungeon
I mean, who died in the dungeon?
burst into the room as spirits. However, they rush through you harmlessly. But the Atropol seems to notice this, and mewling like a child in search of milk, it makes a dive onto the side of the cylinder and starts to slickly climb the crystal surface, trying to reach this source of energy.
Oh, he's like a gross slug.
So I will climb to the top lip, and I'll be like, and I yell out, Friezo, when he gets to the top, tip the thing, and I'll try and run up the side on the opposite side so that we can dunk him in lava.
Yes! Come on!
I like it. So you guys are waiting. Baston, are you okay? How much
Yeah,
left?
I'm down to like 12.
Okay, everybody make for me one of those constitution saves at the end of the turn again.
Let's say
16?
17.
Okay, so the negative
17.
13.
All right, excellent. So anyone who succeeds takes half of this, but otherwise you take another 13 points of damage.
I take 6 damage.
Yeah, as the negative energy pours through the room,
That's
and
been 14 on
Oh
that?
no!
as the Atropol
How much am I
slimily
taking?
climbs
13.
to the top of the lip, you have your moment.
Yeah,
Did
I'm
you
gonna
pass?
flip it.
I don't know. What was
Intelligence again?
17 plus 1 is... plus 2 is 19.
Suspiciously operating as if you are a natural at using this necromantic device in a way that other dragon friends should notice. You definitely flip it and make an acrobatics check for me.
Whoa, that's a 2.
Oh,
And
no.
Bobby, you lose your footing. As the thing
no,
flips,
Bobby!
you fall into the lava.
No, he's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine. It's gonna be totally fine. I got
proof.
I got pretty burnt, and I was totally fine.
Wait, do I fall on the baby and
no, you-
bounce off his tummy back onto dry land?
Absolutely not. No, you take 32 hit points of damage.
I'm the dead.
Does the baby also fall in?
So we're just getting to this. So the baby gets reoriented. Bobby, you fall into the lava. He's close enough, Baston, that you could probably reach him. But
I'm gonna
he's in
try
lava.
and catch him.
As Bobby also begins to die. Now,
Here we go.
What are you doing?
18. I'm trying to grab him.
Oh, you're trying to.
So if he's pretty close, couldn't I try and
just using your hands in the lava?
No, I mean if he's falling.
He's in the lava.
Yeah.
So how are you going to get him out?
Oh yeah, no doubt. With a rope? Can I have a rope? Rope's gonna burn
It's gonna
heaps
burn.
quick.
If only we had those manacles that didn't turn to rust. Damn you, Magnet Shield!
The Atropol, by the way, however, has also lost, and like a little stupid baby, has fallen into the lava beside you and is shrieking in pain. However,
Like a stupid baby.
like a stupid baby,
like a dumbass baby.
the cylinder is
Baby's classically weak against lava.
the cylinder which has collected all of this radiant soul energy is still pointed at Bobby and the Atropol. It sort of passes through you, but the energy is focused and is disappearing into the Atropol, who even as he burns and turns shriveled and black, is growing twice as fast, and fresh flesh is appearing even as it burns again. The life is sustaining and growing him faster than the lava can burn him. And
What?
Baston, what are you doing?
Just to be clear, I've got negative 32 hit points.
What's your maximum hit points?
Was 28.
But I only did 32 hit points.
I had been zapped by blue baby energy twice.
Bobby Pancakes, give me your character sheet.
Oh no!
And suddenly, the Tomb of Annihilation, having claimed another dragon
Wait,
friend.
does Bobby's soul just go straight back into the machine now?
Amazingly,
recycle him?
actually, as Bobby falls down, you suddenly see a bright burst of white light that flies towards the heavens before blue tendrils shackle it and drag it into the machine to join the rest of the energy pouring into the Forsaken Sun. And Baston, it is now your
the
turn.
Forsaken Sun!
Oh, he's the Forsaken Son. Shit.
Didn't mean to give that away. I thought you guys would work that out.
I want to go and just
That was
pour.
pretty clear.
I want to pour paint all in the machine.
All right, so you pour gunk all over Friezo's hands as he tries to operate the machine,
Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep,
which is
boop.
only going to make your job more tricky. So, but the Atropol wetly drags itself up until it's standing in the inside the tube of the center of this strange phylactic device. And it's pulling itself out of the lava, screaming and mewling in piteous pain, but still obviously even more powerful than it was before.
Is there a button on the machine that's just labeled like slime or poop or something? Like
If you want to investigate the thing more.
It's not made by Nickelodeon.
the Nickelodeon phylactery.
One more intelligence check.
It's an 11 plus 2 is 13.
Okay, it seems that these controls, solid and paint, are no good to you. But all you can do with these controls is what you already know, which is write it, tip it, and turn the machine on, which you've already done.
Oh man. Do we just...
You hear the shadow of Bobby's memory.
Sure.
You're still floating around the room.
Yeah,
You can
being saying turn it off, stop the baby from growing, let it die in the lava, you dickhead.
Is he still in the lava? I'll turn it off, Dave.
and tip it so he can't climb out of it.
I'm going to tip it, and then I'm going to off it.
You tip it one more time, and the Atropole flies into the center of the crystal tube. And now pointed towards the sigils, the powers of the device are pouring
I meant to
into
tip it the other way.
even stronger. And so it's now even more quickly growing and growing until it's starting to find it difficult to get out of the tube because it's growing so quickly. And it's now down at the bottom of the tube.
All right, can I dunk the tube in all the lava?
It's held by these chains.
I think we need to cut the chains then. I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast
on the chains.
On one of the chains to swing it into the lava. Then.
Okay, make an attack roll. You've got to beat the chain is quite small, so it's armor class 16.
9 plus.
Do you roll 2 dice? We did this at the beginning of the episode.
7 is 16. Oh yeah. Plus that one, which is a 16 plus 7 is 23.
2 hit.
Yes!
Okay. One of the chains snaps, and the other two, on the other two, the crystal swings and rocks as the baby cries in pain and fear. And the entire machinery starts to get dislodged and vibrate, and the room starts to shake.
Come on! Dunk that baby in lava!
So much so that, in fact, the walls start to crack as the room starts to tear itself apart.
I'm just smashing the machine, Dave. I'm just going to keep smashing the machine.
All right, so you guys doing more damage to the machine?
Yeah.
So it's still broken and it's in pain, and the wall to the side of the machine cracks open as a gear spins and goes wild. Make a dexterity saving throw, Baston.
I dodge it.
DC 15.
Yeah, that was called... No.
8.
8.
None of your rolls made it.
No, none of them. 10. 10. I get a 10.
You get a 10. That's not enough, and you take another 10 points of damage.
I take a spinning gear to the chest, and I'm on -4.
Okay. Baston starts to die as well, but this has smashed open a sort of crack in the side of the machinery, and you realize that there is another room and more machinery beyond. Friezo.
I'm making a run for it then.
Okay, Baston's still on the ground.
I gotta run. I'm sorry, Baston. You said you absolved me of this.
I'm unconscious. I did
That was
not
me.
say that.
Friezo, you race into the next room.
Yeah, I'm gonna get away from that blue gunk that's killing everybody.
All right, so you race out of the room. Even as you do, you start noticing that the tendrils that the Atropole was creating are starting to tie it into the machinery, and it's righting the cylinder. So it's using its own magic to repair the machine. And as you race out of the room, you find yourself in a low corridor to the left out of this secondary machinery annex that seems to head slowly ramping upwards.
I'm just going to keep running.
All right, so you race and race and race. Baston, unfortunately, you start to succumb to the necrotic energy.
Death check.
Make a death check for me.
2.
All right, you that's the second. So you start to die. You're very, very close to dying. You make your way up. The room seems this ramp gets further and starts to ramp further and further up as you realize that all of your friends have died, and Baston, the last one, you have left alone. But you see a pinpoint of light in the future, and you have to make the decision at that moment to run towards the salvation that it represents or to go back for your friend.
Go get to the chapel. Bring back.
Yeah,
Filch.
I gotta go.
Why are you even pretending to
Yeah,
thinking
no, I
about
can't.
that?
Make another death check for me, Baston.
I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna pass this one. 18.
Yeah,
Yay!
you're 1 for 1. You make your way to the point of light, and you dive towards it, and you find yourself in an austere room that is a chapel, a sort of low.
What are we talking? Dry grass here.
There is an altar, and there is a statue of the figure of a Sararak, and low benches, a vaulted room. Yep. You got some ideas? You got some local flavor you want to add to this, Matt?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, no. I'm just as excited because the dude's in the room.
Yeah. And a Sararak is there, a statue of him, but even
A
yes,
statue.
no, but materializing in front of him is the figure of a Sararak.
In front of the statue of himself?
Yep.
Hey, you like this?
Yeah, no, it's a very wow. Did you do that? Did you make that?
Well, I had the idea. I've got some guys. I talk to them. They do some of the handiwork. But look, it's my vision.
Eden, make a death check.
Okay. 5.
All right,
Fail.
that's 2. If you fail one more, you die for good.
Oh shit!
So, Friezo. Do I know his name?
Yeah.
Friezo.
Sarac,
How are you enjoying my dungeons?
I'm gonna be honest. I can lie now. I absolutely can lie, but let me tell you, it still fucking sucks, dude. It fucking sucks.
Where are your friends?
I think they're all dead. I think. I'm pretty sure Filger's dead. I'm pretty sure Bobby's dead. Baston, I reckon he's actually done all right. I reckon he can probably save himself.
Best on make another death check.
Okay, here we go. Having a chat. 9. That's it.
Give me your character
It's all
sheet.
over. it's all bad.
Baston
It's all
Andrurovich
done.
dies at the feet of the Atropole in the cradle of the death god.
Killed by a gear.
Baston is dead, killed by a simple gear to the chest.
Wow, like
So
a cyclist.
steampunk.
No.
And as he does, as Sararak, you suddenly feel as yet another. You've suddenly look surprised because you feel for a second the power of another soul entering your phylactery, and then it is whisked into nothingness. And you look at Hing, and Sararak looks at you and he goes, "What did you do down there?"
Oh, there was a baby. A real crook baby that got in the it got in the tube, and you know what babies are like? They'll press all those buttons, and they'll. I was like, baby, what are you doing? The baby was like, oh, I'm just on work experience. And I was like, I don't believe that for a second. That's why I ran here to tell you, to tell the baby. The baby's so bad.
And with having reclaimed the power of lying, make a deception check. It's not really deception, is it?
No, but that's a 16 plus my deception, which is I got 7 deception. That's 23. He believes it because he's a fucking moron.
How disappointing.
As Sararak looks at you,
I have a single health point.
Really?
Yeah.
And looks at you and suddenly is concerned, looks off, and then vanishes in a misty step, and the room is empty. And you are left by yourself in the Chapel of Hate.
Ooh, anything
There's
else?
a big statue of me.
I'm gonna. Does the statue of him have a donger on it?
You're going to look at the statue?
I'm gonna look at the. Yeah.
All
Look
right,
at the statue's donger.
Well, I want to see.
as you investigate the statue, you turn around and you suddenly see that there is a cabinet resting behind the statue.
Ooh, open that cabinet.
It's covered in a cloth.
Pull that cloth.
All right, you don't need to roll anything. You pull a cloth off, and suddenly, with a sort of pixelated, chip-tuned groan, a arcade cabinet of the Tomb of Annihilation that you have recognized from the Skyway Lounge bursts into feeble life. There's an arcade
Oh
cabinet
no,
here,
we're just gonna go again.
and it says "Insert coin to complete game."
We're just going again. Is this some sort of Samuel Beckett play you've trapped us in, Dave?
No.
Just
It
levels?
looks like there's a game. There is a game here, but it says "Insert token to complete game."
Fucking yes. All right, what have I got token-wise?
It's called Waiting for Joho.
Yeah, I take a coin and I jam it in there.
Coins don't fit the slot.
Ooh.
Oh, there's some sort of.
What does the slot
I
look
feel like we might have missed something on levels
Use
4 and
your
5.
donger.
Is the opening the size of a busted chungus?
It is not the size of a busted chungus. It's
What
not
is
that
it?
type of a game.
What does it look like? What is
It looks like it needs a kind of token, like
I think I
a
need to go on a
disc.
Is there a disc? Can I
If
go-
you get a 20-cent piece and drill a hole in it and put it in through a paperclip, you can get unlimited credits. You just put it in.
Yeah, but we don't have the piece.
No, it's like-
All right, I'm gonna look for it. Is there a token around or something?
What have you got on you?
I have a rope, a torch, a water skin full of poison, a magnetic shield. Oh, the thing I got from the silver box.
The snail. The amulet from the snail.
Yes.
You look at it, and now you suddenly realize that this amulet that you got at the gates of the tomb possibly fits that. And as you notice it, suddenly, as you touch it, the thing flares into life, and you suddenly see pixelated on the screen a half-orc, a halfling, and a handsome man.
And what are they doing? High scores or what?
They blink into appearance.
So can I bring him back?
And a timer starts to count down from 10.
All right. Well, what can I have to pick.
No,
I have to pick one.
You've got the token.
I put the token in. I'm jamming the token in.
Okay,
Dave.
you cram the token in, and it says continue game. Yes, no.
Oh, I reckon no. I reckon this is crook, and we want to go. No, yes. We want to continue the game so we can get out of here.
I wish I could tell you, Frieza, but I'm dead.
I don't know what the parameters are. All right, I'm continuing the game, Dave.
You press yes, and the entire room disappears away, and you just hear the ghostly voice of Phil say, "You remembered the amulet. It was with us all time." And you disappear, and the last thing that you remember is the savage beating of Chilton drums before you find yourselves back in the highway lounge with a angry gnome coughing embarrassedly, waiting to take you up to find you on the PlayStation. And your way home, for you have bested the Tomb of Annihilation!
Yay! We did it, everybody! Oh, what would have happened if I
never let anybody forget that Friezo left you all to die.
Wait, so in the episode after did Phil say it was with us whole time?
Yep.
Very nice.
Very good, Dan.
Very nice.
Did
Dave.
we? So what would have happened if I had said no? Would they have just died?
Yeah, everybody would have died.
Fuck.
Well, I didn't think that was hard. I thought you would want to, if you put a coin into an arcade, you get the chance to continue and you would want to. But if you had not, yeah, everyone would have been dead.
But,
Wow.
the words of it is like, do you want to continue the game? Is like, oh, I don't want to continue
It's
the
always
game.
But in a
confusing.
Sarak's mind, this is all the game.
I hate him so much.
You might see him again because...
No,
No!
Dave, he's the worst.
If
Never
Friezo
bring him back.
had hit
Sorry,
no,
mate, you did
would we
very
have had
well.
to delete all of the second half of the podcast?
Sorry? Yeah, we'd have to start
anymore?
again. If anybody has any questions, we've got about 5 minutes. So if you've got any questions, throw them at the board. Otherwise, how good is Tomb of Annihilation?
Oh man, Tomb of Annihilation was great until the actual Tomb of Annihilation, which was brutal.
Yeah. Do you know the great thing about it is because our whole thing, we did it as a prequel. So for other adventurers, this starts when somebody, Acererak, accidentally plugs a god into his death machine and makes it so that all like raise dead magic doesn't work in the world of Faerun, and everybody starts to die. So that's your fault. That's on you.
So if you're playing, if you play through Tomb of Annihilation,
you can undo the Dragon Friends fuck
There'll
up.
be stuff that we did in this campaign
Yeah.
that will. Oh, that's
So
cool.
you have jammed the Dragon Friends into the canon of the official Dungeon and
That's my plan,
Dungeons
yeah.
and Dragons.
No, but
Now
is
they
it-
can't. Now they can't fire us.
Is
Cannon.
it-
Cannon.
the
Canon, Greg, it's canon.
Cannon. That flying ship we crashed.
Yep.
People can go and visit that.
Yeah. The wreck of the Star Goddess. That's in it. They burnt out Camp Vengeance.
Somebody
Do it.
said, can you please continue doing live streams?
Oh, thank
That's
you.
very kind.
Yeah, we would love to we'd love to do more. Yeah, I do recommend get a copy of Tomb of Annihilation and see if you can spot any of the carnage that the Dragon Friends have wrought.
Yeah.
We would love to do more live streams. I think if they keep having us, we'll keep doing them.
Yeah. But there's all. Yeah. But if you're in Sydney and want to watch us do our live show. We do it on every
month.
Second Tuesday, I think, at Giant Dwarf.
Yes.
And we're going to start filming those. So who knows what
Oh,
we'll
and
do with those.
our last episode of the podcast, our new season started 2 days ago.
Oh,
so
yeah,
if
so
you
download
haven't
the
listened to
podcast.
it yet, there's the new podcast is out. It stars Ange Lavoisier
Yep.
on the goddamn cello.
Yep.
And
And the adventure.
and the
Terrible
adventure.
cello. impersonation.
Oh yeah, and Dragon Mag is coming out next week, and there's a Dragon Friends adventure that Dave and Ben wrote, and I created art for that you guys can play yourselves.
So
it's great.
If anybody wants to let us know their experiences playing the Gribbets Detective Agency, which is its name, we would love to hear how it goes for you and your party. So please tweet at us, let us know, take photos. If you're running the adventure, we'd really love to see. Matt, thank you so much for doing the show. Thank you for playing a scary godchild, a scary straw child, a weird monkey child,
That was my favorite.
and my
Yeah.
dad.
That's fine.
Acererak was kind of an impression of my dad.
It was. It was.
That did kind of sound like Paul Harmon.
Yeah, now you think about it.
I didn't offer any of you guys wine or cheese, so you might not have picked up
My dad,
how specifically.
my dad's got to have his
there.
snacks, okay?
CJ
He's got to have 'em.
CJ Outlander wants to know if we'll ever cosplay as our characters.
Yeah, no, I don't.
I see no reason why we would ever do that.
Yeah.
I did have a dream once when I met Griffin McElroy and I was dressed as Frieza, and it was a terrible dream.
Yeah.
But if you would like to cosplay as the Dragon Friends and take photos of yourselves and whatnot,
Do it.
take as many liberties as you want.
Crazy.
The only thing I would ask is that you are true to Frieza's busted chonkus.
I think
Wait,
also,
is
I
that-
think also,
does-
Hey
does-
Mermaid and Jane have been talking about it. But also, if you're looking for something to get involved in, the wiki is so cool. There's so much stuff in our wiki.
Yeah.
He's back in the real world outside the video game. Is Frieza's chongus busted?
No. Oh, that's a good question. So when we go back to the real world, everything that happened in Chult was real until you got into a Sarax dungeon where it was all virtual. So you lose all the items you found in there. Your chongus is repaired.
Repaired
but
chongus!
But you remember everything. So every betrayal, all of that
Okay.
stays.
Why betrayal? What betrayal?
Thanks, Esco Craft. I am constantly cosplaying as a handsome.
And we're doing a show in Melbourne. If you're in Melbourne, so
Oh
you
yeah,
should come see
April
us.
7th.
April 9.
But also for all
7.
our,
April 7.
for all our American peoples, get on to all your local agencies, tweet at people, talk to PAX or something.
If anyone knows,
If anyone's watching and they happen to program PAX Prime.
yeah.
if anyone knows Conan O'Brien,
Yeah.
I would like to do the Conan O'Brien talk show.
And I'd like to meet. No. Anyway.
we just want to we just want to fly places and play Dungeons and Dragons. So if you can make that happen, go for it.
Some people say that you should organize your career differently, but that's like how we make to swing it.
Literally, Conan O'Brien, please let me be on your show. I'm
Thank you
from
very much.
Australia.
This has been season 2 of Tomb of Annihilation. Goodbye.
Bye.